What's up? I thought I would time it perfectly. And we did do that. We timed it perfectly. The anthem is playing. Did not want to have a big pregame because you get, I like to watch those things. It's the Stanley Cup finals. You don't want to hear my stupidness yap. You just want to hear what they got to say. Biz Nasty, Wayne Gretzky. How do you not want to hear those guys, what they say? Let's hope and pray that the Florida Panthers win tonight and we get a series. Nothing against Vegas. I wouldn't care if they won the Stanley Cup. Nothing against Florida. I wouldn't care if they won the Stanley Cup. I don't know which one is the better story. I like Kachuk winning one. I like Eichel winning one. I like Cassidy winning one a year after being fired. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be one of those things where it's going to be interesting to, I don't know. I'm going to be interested to see what happens. So anyway, Perlo coming in, and we'll get Rico later on in the show. And I'm going to drop the link, and we're going to have people on. So if you want to come on and you want to chat and talk. The big news I noticed today in the world of hockey was that Shane Doan got hired by the Toronto Maple Leafs as their assistant GM. And all I can say is I'm heartbroken for Arizona because I wonder, he was such an integral part of that franchise being sold. And I wonder if the Tempe Arena now, fingers crossed, sounds like they might be getting something done downtown with the Suns and a co-use thing, which would be so good for them. Man, I'll tell you, I didn't mind the old stadium. It just was, they didn't get good attendance. And everybody said, I asked everybody to live down there. We've had this conversation. If they were closer, they'd go. So here we go. Throw it in the chat. Who do you want? I hope, by the way, I got the message. I updated the stream time. So I feel bad, but I didn't want to start too early, and I was going to be on here for like 35 minutes talking to myself. We're getting Perlo, we're getting Rico later, and anybody that wants to jump on. So let me just say, hey, come on, chat, talk. You talk about we've had a couple of extensions. That's muted. All right. Okay, cool. All right. We should be live. I didn't get it. I don't. Yeah. Anyway, good to go. Appreciate y'all coming in. Right now, I'll just do a little play-by-play since we're waiting. That wasn't the plan, but Florida blasted in on the zone. That's only 20 seconds to go. Have a lapse in the first period. Swung around by Lindell. He tries to keep it in, but Vegas gets it out. I believe that's Chandler Stevenson. Oh, sorry, Nicholas Waugh. Couldn't see the number. Sorry, fellas. He works it around, gets it. Florida gets it. But there was a turnover back to Vegas. Vegas chips it in, but it's recovered by Forsling. Forsling chips it up out of the boards of Barkov. Barkov to Duclair. Duclair, I don't know what he was doing. He skated wide. They fumbled with the puck a little bit, but it's back. Florida gets it. Now it's chipped out by Vegas. It's touched up by Chandler Stevenson, though. So no icing. I think it would have not gotten there anyway. Anyway, back Florida recovers back to Forsling. Forsling skates it through the ice, throws it on net, misses just a little bit to the right of the goalie. Sorry. Bennett's putting some pressure on. Him and Alec Martinez are fighting for the puck behind the net. It's recovered by Bennett. He chips it around the corner. Guys, it's so, yeah. Hey, Dave Singer. Hey, Dave, I hope I said Zoomy to you earlier today on the Chicklets thing. That's a compliment from an Army guy. We call the Air Force guys Zoomies, but I was always happy to jump out of perfectly good Air Force planes and stuff. So anyway, I just didn't want you to take that as a slight towards the Air Force. It's a term of endearment. I always said if I was smart, I would have joined the Air Force. Anyway, Singsy in the chat. So hey Dave, if you want to come on, click the link, man. I'd love to talk with you. This is supposed to be just a bullshit about hockey and talk. And I got a couple of partners in crime that come on. They're just running. A couple of them are running behind, so we'll see what's happening here. My guy Perlo in Edmonton, and then my guy Rico in Barrie, Ontario. Try to get a good, and then I'm in Alaska, obviously. So we got 2 Canadians and an American. We mix it up. Let's just BS and talk some hockey, and it's good stuff. So yeah, click the link if you want to come in that I dropped in the chat, and we can talk and just BS what your thoughts are about the thing. What bets you got going? What parlays? That's unfortunate we can't bet here in Alaska, so I'll be excited though, because every game I'm going to throw like a $10 like on a 5 leg. Because by the time it's over, I'll probably be down money. But when you win that 3-leg parlay plus 500 or whatever, it just pays for itself, right? So drinking some Big Deal Brew, by the way. Yeah. So we're just talking. The game is on. Oh, let me do the throw the score up. Perlo should be in with us momentarily. Yeah, I mean, so far there really hasn't been anybody that's taken any advantage of the game. It's kind of just been back and forth. I haven't hated what I've seen from Florida. Vegas, again, they're just a super deep team. I tweeted out something I saw in hockey memes on Reddit to check it out. If you, I'll maybe flash it up at the break. I want to see what Perlo and Steve have to say about. I'm sorry, Perlo and Rico want to say about it, but we'll see what happens here. Yeah, so Florida's got it 16:50 to go. Forsling works it out of his own end. A little bit of a set play here. It's going to go for icing. I don't know what they were setting up to do there. I have to say this too, man. Like Florida just needs I saw a great bit. I'm going to shout out Daily Faceoff and Gourmet_hockey. John Goins, I believe he's the coach of the. I so apologize. Anyway, he's a coach, a current coach in Canada, and I believe the OHL. Check his breakdown of what Florida was not doing, and they did a pretty good job of the TNT. Again, if you're looking in, I don't know what your pregame and for Sportsnet looks like. We don't even have the luxury to watch that, but we'll see what happens. It's gonna be interesting. So anyway, I started on time. I'm waiting on my partners in crime. Oh, that reminds me, I probably better be checking my Twitter DMs because. Want to just in case. All right. Yeah, and I don't know where you guys are at. Drop it in. How do you feel about the Oh, Florida just scored a goal. Oh, Florida just scored. I think it's Montour. They were just saying this is exactly what Florida needs. No, it's Nick Cousins. This is exactly what Florida needs. They need to have the lead and play structurally good hockey and stay out of the box. And, we'll see. Oh, look at this. We got Singsy.
Hey,
Singsy. Okay, so Singsy, real quick. Florida's just went up 1-0. What are your thoughts on this game? Florida has to win this game, obviously, to make this a series, right?
Yeah. So I like a lot of goals. Everybody on Game Notes today was saying, the under. They're riding Florida. I'm on Vegas still tonight.
Yeah.
I don't fight.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
No, I mean, but this is great. I'm watching.
You're watching the hockey, so you
my
can't.
Office.
Yeah, nice. That's what I'm doing. So that's kind of how I started this. I met a couple Canadian kids, And, I retired in 2019. On paper, it was 2020, but I retired right as, before the pandemic started. But really, I had, I was on permissive TDY, being a retired Air Force guy yourself, which was really cool to find that out about you, man. That's awesome. By the way, if I had to do it all over again, Singsy, when I got out of the active army, I would have joined the Air Guard up here in Alaska. Just such a really great,
what a great mission.
Secret. Dude, I would be a C-17 loadmaster until they forced me out of the dang military. I loved that job. I was a flight engineer for the Army, and I worked most of my career in aviation. I started as an airborne infantry guy, but I finished my career in aviation anyway. So, and I spent 16 years in it. So I just love it, and fixed wing especially, which the Army doesn't really do, right? So, and we were supposed to get those mini Hercs, man, but I can't remember who the chief of staff was that screwed that up for us. And the Air Force didn't want them. They didn't want them.
No, we didn't need them. It's funny. When I started my career out, I was a prior enlisted guy. I was an F4 crew chief. So I was a fighter crew chief in Korea.
Oh, my God. You worked your ass off.
Oh, dude, flying brick, man. Hydraulic fluid leaks everywhere. Hard as hell to do anything. Then I went to the F-15, which was a little bit easier.
Sure.
But yeah, dude, I'm an aviation guy. I still love it.
So, Singsy, let me ask you this. Have you ever heard of the Air Force pilot band Dos Gringos?
I have heard of Dos Gringos.
And have you heard of that song, I'm a Pilot?
It's been a while though, man. Yeah.
Okay. It's definitely written in the perspective of how the pilot can do no wrong, and I left your jet code 3 or code 2, which I believe is an Air Force term. We had different terms, which I can't even think of right now.
You always want to be code 1.
Yeah, right. So anyway, Google that when we're done here and listen to that again. It'll give you a chuckle. It'll throw you back. We played it for our pilots because most Army pilots start out as even if they fly fixed wing, they had to be a helicopter.
Yeah, they're rotary guys. Yeah.
Oh my God, the egos in these dudes. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking overglorified taxi driver. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Fly my bitch. The guys who do all the work are using. So you were enlisted then? You were enlisted?
Yeah, man. I was enlisted for 8 years. And then I got my commission, Embry-Riddle. I did my night school thing.
Oh, you're just a smart guy too. Good for you, Embry-Riddle.
Yeah, I had my wife needed me to make a lot more money. So I was either gonna have to get commissioned or get out. And I love being an enlisted guy. I love being an NCO. I love being a crew chief.
Well, dude, you did both. I respect the shit out of you.
Thanks, man.
I mean, if you did both, and I'll be honest with you too, man. I had some good officers in my career.
Yeah, there's a couple out there.
Yeah, I had some good ones, and some came from West Point, which is ironic that the Stanley Cup final, both owners were.
Oh, dude, how cool is that, though? I kind of knew about the Vegas guy, and I knew the Panthers a little bit, but I didn't know that he was a West Pointer also. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, Vinny Viola, dude. Did you not? Okay, so you retired when? What year? You can say?
Yeah, I'm a pretty old man. I retired in 2007, so I've been retired.
Oh, that's not that long ago. I mean, that's not long ago.
It's a long time ago.
Well, dude. Okay, but so do you remember Raymond Odierno?
Yeah,
he was a 4-star general in the
Army. I'll give you a funny one for Ray.
He works for the Panthers.
I grew up in Paramus, New Jersey.
Okay.
And I lived in Bergenfield for a while. Odierno is from Dumont, which is the next town over. Yeah. So I'm in the Pentagon doing some shit. And I see him, and I'm like, hey, because, he's a Giants fan. I'm a big Giants fan, too, football.
Me, too. That's my team, bro.
That's my team, man.
Giants.
Dude.
This year was the first year, Singsy, by the way, just not to get off on a super big, that I bought a current New York Giants player's jersey because I have, LTs and stuff.
Oh, totally.
I bought a Kayvon Thibodeau. I was excited about that guy.
Yeah. Yes, I saw Odierno, and I was like, hey, I'm from Bergenfield. We just started talking about sports and everything. It's funny you mentioned that. This is like a replica Giant Super Bowl ring that I keep here. My dear uncle, Ira, had season tickets going back to the Yale Bowl. He passed away, and then my cousin said, hey, I think my dad would want you to have this. So I got
that. Is so cool, man.
Yeah, I love it.
So who's your favorite New York Giant of all time then? Not to get off the hockey topic.
I got a couple.
It's
LT obviously.
Yeah, it's hard for me not to say LT.
I like Phil Simms. I'll give you a quick funny story.
I love Phil Simms.
My mother's a nurse, and she worked at Valley Hospital in Ridgewood, New Jersey, and all the players used to have their kids there. She worked in the NICU, and she would call me and my brother, and she's like, "Hey, there's a baseball player here. You got to come get his autograph." And we would get on our bicycles and pedal up to the hospital. So I get there. It's Phil Simms, and he's holding baby Chris Simms. I think I'm like 12 years old.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah. That's crazy. I met Howie Long's kids. So Howie Long lives in my hometown in Montana for part of the year. And I met his boys when they were like knee high to a frog's ass, and I was like a junior in high school.
Man.
I don't feel old, man. Like, and honestly, dude, I've lived in Alaska now since I was 19. Yeah. So I did active duty, and then I got out and joined the guard, and then I became a full-time guard guy, which again is the best kept secret in the world.
Were you an AGR?
Yeah. It was AGR. Yeah. And that's why I said I would go, if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change anything about doing my 25 years. I would just do it all Air Force. I think I would love my first 4 years Army because I got family from that. I mean, like my first sergeant, Dennis Don, shout out Double D. Still, he's like a dad to me. He lives in Hatcher's Pass. I talk to him all the time. I text him. He texted me he got skin cancer, right? And they removed part of his face. He's doing okay. Like they just cut this giant flesh thing that looked like he had horror makeup on. He texted me. He goes, "Oh, maybe I should have texted that." I'm like, I wouldn't expect anything less from him. He spent like 14 years in Ranger Battalion.
Yeah.
It's like I was
lead the way, man.
Dude, I was right below that as a paratrooper. And when I came in, like you had to be a semi-pro athlete. When I tell people, like if you didn't have a 270 or above on remedial PT, you're on remedial. You're like doing it. So the Army scale, I know, is a little different. You guys you had to ride the bike forever, right?
Ours was not challenging the PT. Like I'm not Mr. Fitness and I would crush it,
Well, I will tell you though, Singsy, I knew some guys. I knew this guy, Ron Larson, shout out him, tech sergeant, played in the Air Force Band of the Pacific, one of the baddest ass bands in the world, by the way. Oh, yeah. Just a bunch of cool dudes play some really good rock music, but got paid by the Air Force to do it. And dude was like a triathlete and just in phenomenal shape. I said, "You're as good a shape as any guy I've ever met in the Army." And then up here in Alaska, we have a group called Air Force PJs, Pararescue. They are the baddest ass dude. They do more rescues than any rescue organization in the world. That includes the Coast Guard. They are so ridiculous how much they do up here. It's all real mission stuff. And I was very fortunate. I was the out sergeant major for the joint operations, and I did not retire as sergeant major, by the way. I retired E7. So that was the reason I decided to retire. Is like, here I am doing an E9 job, sitting in an E8 position. I'm getting paid. Promotable. Time for me to retire. Let's go. So I'm done. My wife has a really good job. I am the exact opposite. Yeah. My wife got the good work. She's a senior vice president at a federal credit union. So, cool. So I'm like, when I retired at 43, I retired. We have a lake house out here. Like I said, you're so welcome. We're 15 minutes from the airport. We're in a city with 350,000 people, but I'm like on an acre, got mountains views. Nice. Live on a lake. Life is good, brother. And I cry every year the first moment I break out my paddleboard. I'll throw on Lady Gaga, Shallow, or whatever, and just be like, how did a sloppy? Because I grew up dirt ass poor in Montana for the most part. The reason I'm a Giants fan is when I was a very young kid, my mom moved me and my brother, who was like a baby, so this is like 83. We moved to New York City and then to Springfield, Mass, where her family's originally from, for about 6 months, a period of time. But during that time, I had only seen New York on the TV show Taxi.
Right.
So we go into New York in the Bronx or wherever the family we were staying with there. Like, this is also like turn of the century New York City. Like, they're tearing, like, early 80s. It was like a war zone in some of those. They were tearing down a lot.
All that shit was there.
Well, yeah. But then I never seen a taxi in Kalispell, Montana, where I grew up. There was one taxi. And 2 city blocks, I remember counting 23 of them. I was like, wow, this is cool. And then, of course, I thought I was going to see Latka and shit,
right?
Because I was 5 years old, So that's how I became a Giants fan.
Oh, it's a great time. Parcells was taking over.
Yeah.
83. You had that Sims and
Army guy too.
Yeah, the quarterback controversies back then, and LT and Harry Carson, and I mean, just that George Martin has great defenses. I love those 80s teams, man.
Well, and then think of like when Harry Met Sally, which was a pretty popular movie. They go to the Giants game, him and Bruno Kirby,
right.
They're doing the thing.
Right.
So it's like, and then I'm a huge Kevin Smith is a New Jersey guy.
Yeah, he is.
And so I'm a huge fan of him, and I've met him a bunch of times. Like he's, by the way, they say don't make your heroes. No, this guy is such a fucking nice guy. Like if you get a chance so we're doing a cruise. So I've seen him twice. I've seen gone to a couple he now just makes a movie and then takes it on to all these boutique theaters. So I went and saw him in Denver too for a Fan Expo thing with my wife. Him and Jay Muse did a thing called Jay and Silent Bob Get Old.
Yep. Know it well.
And yeah, dude, you're a Jersey guy. You gotta love Kevin Smith.
Come on.
And I love Jersey, man. Everybody I meet from there is such a fucking Class A citizen. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I just love it. And I try to get out to the city, but I got to get to a Giants game, man. I've never been. I've been a fan all my life.
Let's go, man. If you want to go, I would totally go to a Giants game with you. I love that.
We should.
Let's tailgate, barbecue out there. It's a great time.
So I met a couple of guys. I started doing the streaming thing. I met a couple of guys through Twitter Spaces that were big Giants fans, and I'm like, why aren't you guys doing a show on YouTube?
Right.
And I got them started. There's Shakedown Sports Media. It's a bunch of black guys from the city.
Nice.
One guy lives in Texas. One guy lives in Owing Mills, Virginia. One guy in Maryland. Yeah. Sorry. One guy lives in South Carolina, and one guy lives in Georgia. But all diehard, and they're all they all matriculated from the city. Actually, the chosen one, the guy who goes, he still lives in Newburgh, New York. So he's and he's still in the city.
Card base in Newburgh for a long time. They had what the hell did they have? C5s? Yeah, he was like an old C5 base when I was a kid.
I was on a C5 once in my career, but my claim to fame with Air Force aviation is I jumped out of one of the oldest C-130s in the inventory. It had been around since Nam and jump school in 96 when I went out to jumps. And I didn't give it. You wouldn't know. Like I wouldn't have known. But you know what also I jumped out of, and nobody even knows what I'm talking about now because they have the C-17s. Is a C-141 Starlifter.
Oh, great plane. Dude.
And those were like walking out your office because they had that windshield. I heard the C-17s are great, but I've only been on one of those, and that was coming back from Iraq. The Air Force didn't let us see them much.
Yeah.
Because when I was a Sherpa guy, I don't know if you C-23, so we're self-deployable.
Yeah.
And then when they started doing TDA equipment in Iraq, there's only like 30 of us. So there's not really a reason for us to be on a C-17 usually. But when we deployed over, we put all our stuffs on those Tricons or whatever. So here's my guy Perlo Wisdom coming in. This is he's out of Florida. Hey Steve, how you doing? This is Dave Singer. We call him Singsy. He's known in the Spit and Chicklets world as Singsy. Colby Armstrong dubbed him Singsy. So he popped on and pretty cool. Actually, hold on a second. I apologize. So you guys can introduce each other. Singsy's a retired Air Force guy. I'm a retired Army guy. So we're talking all this. We're talking all this cool stuff. And of course, Florida's up 1-0 and a must-win, right? I don't know what.
Oh my God!
Perlo gets his stuff. They have to win this game.
So, dude, I'll give you my bets, and then I'm going to bounce off and watch a little hockey. But I might pop back in. Are you going to be on all game?
What? I'm going to go the whole game. We've been trying to do shows that are not during the game. Every once in a while we'll do a game, but I'm just going to do the whole game because our other guy, Rico, who lives in Barrio, Ontario, he doesn't get off work until 9:30 East time. So, and by the way, dude, I'll tell you another thing, Singsy, come out and see me in Alaska. I promise I'll treat you right. But the other thing is I love watching sports here, brother. Everything comes on at 3 or 4 o'clock. And when you're retired, you don't give a shit.
So good. Dude,
dude, I can't do the East Coast, man. But let's do
East Coast blows. Like I got my little grandson sleeping over tonight, and he plays hockey. He's a mite, And he wants to watch the game, but I'm like, dude, it's your bedtime. It's, he goes to bed at 9 o'clock. He's 7.
Oh, okay, tell me if you got the same bet. I got the Panthers minus 0.5 first period.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So I have both teams to score first period.
That's a good one. I
You're
never even
also,
thought
I'm
about
like,
that one.
please score Vegas. I'm on Vegas on the puck line, over 5.5 goals.
You did the over.
I did the overs, and I have Kachuk for a goal, which he already scored. I didn't play him first goal. And then I have Stone over 2.5 shots and a couple other little props. But my main things is over Vegas puck line. If those two things come in, it's going to be a very good night in the Singsy household.
Okay,
did you do the parlay so they're all tied together?
Yeah, I have some singles, and then I have some parlays. So
okay,
the main thrust of my bets was that Kachuk goal and Eichel point, the over, and the Vegas puck line. So I'm kind of combining off of those. And I'm not putting big money out there, $25, $50, $100. But when those parlays hit, they're like 5 and 6 to 1, and you can.
No, yeah, it's for fun. I'm with you, man. Like you're just doing
money.
It, enjoy, yeah. So my man Perlo is the exact opposite. He's like a professional, like gambler, scouter guy, and then our boy Rico, he is a casual like me. But I can't gamble in Alaska; it's not legal here yet, and to do it on the internet. And I'm just gonna wait till FanDuel and all that garbage is legal.
I'll tell you what I got for bets. I got Panthers point. I got Panthers minus 0.5 for plus 180. I got first period over, so I need another goal here.
Yeah, I have that too.
I got Flames over. I got the full game over 6. I got Marcia Stoll 0.5 goals at plus 128.
Like it.
0.5 points for a little more at 157. I got Carlson points for minus 105. I have Carlson shots at minus 157 for 2. Barbashev 0.5 assists at plus 180.
That's a good bet.
Roy minus 0.5 assists at plus 190. And Eichel 0.5 assists at 100 for 2. Then I got Kachuk over shots, Barkov over shots, Bennett 0.5 assists at plus 140, and 3.5 shots at plus 100. And Verhaeghe 0.5 goals at plus 138 because he just had a baby. He's been
struggling though, man. I feel you on Verhaeghe, but he has been struggling so long, man. I hope he's
because he's been having a baby. Him and his wife he's been flying back and forth. Now he had the kid. This is the day he scores. I agree with you. He hasn't scored in 5 games, but as soon as you have a kid, dude, you're like,
you got it. You got to love that bet.
Let's get her. And then over 3.5 shots at plus 125. So if he doesn't get the goal, I still got the shots, and I'm not that off.
Yeah.
And I also have Houston to win this game, which is not going so well. But my baseball picks have been doing well already.
Dude, I'm a Mets fan. My picks have sucked. It's been brutal. I'm not going to bet baseball for the next month until they turn it around.
It's not my bet. Wait a second. I'll tell you right now, I'm not a baseball guy. I farm out my picks. But the dude has been hitting 50 to 80 units every single season since I had him for 3 years.
Yeah.
Like the guy is insane. I don't know. I'm getting better at my baseball picks, but I'm nowhere near him. He's insane.
I say you do first 5, Singsy. That's the most predictable thing I think now is the first 5. I see the McAfee boys are all over that. The hammer down guys. So I didn't know shit about gambling, and then I started I started following McAfee, and he got FanDuel, and so I was like, oh okay. And then I did a couple things that I won some money, and I went to Vegas and I bet some very small amounts of money, and if I'd have bet large amounts, I'd be doing pretty well. I just because especially with football, because for whatever reason I don't give a fuck about politics. I don't give a shit about. I just like sports. Hockey is my sport, but NFL is right there, dude. Like
if you want to hear hockey and baseball, That's right. It's what I got behind me.
I love it. Hey, Gary Carter is one of my favorite all-time players of all time.
If you want an amazing football guy, and I promote him because I use him at Straight Bet Ben. That guy will get over 200 units this year.
Really? He's on Twitter?
He will get over 200.
That's good, man. That's good. You know, Gabe Morency, too. Gabe Morency, another fellow Canadian.
This kid is the future of NFL bets. At Straight Bet Ben. He's amazing. Got him? Good.
Got him. Straight Bet Ben. Up your tires, man.
Singsy, the next time, if you come back on, I know you said you wanted to watch the game, but you're welcome to hang out with us all night.
Yeah, let me go say goodnight to Grayson and tuck him in. So he's going to bed like right now. So I'm going to go spend like 10 minutes with him. I'll pop back in like in halfway through the second period or something. Yeah,
you're welcome to come back. I was going to say, when you put your name in, you can put your Twitter profile so people follow you. Because I know you're a little bit of a casual gambling aficionado. And you can just have fun with it, right? So I love you're wearing a Barstool, and I'm wearing the Big Deal Brewing blacked out, and I got the bear shirt on.
Oh, dude.
Nice.
You know, I like that Big Deal Brew. You know, I get it when I go to Jersey. They don't sell it here. I'm just south of DC, so I got to drive like an hour to get it. I don't love it that much, but man,
it'll be there. Just be patient. It's Buffalo, New York company.
Could you do me a favor, dude? Could you, if you sign up to him, could you tell him I sent you?
Yeah, sure.
Because him and I are kind of partners now, and the guy is incredible. So. Like, make sure you're winning money first, but once you're winning money, and you're going to, tell them I sent you.
Get you a little taste of that action. I love it.
Yeah,
okay, no worries. Come back anytime you want to, Singsy. Hey, Singsy, if you come back in and you don't see the link, just say, "Hey, man, drop the link again," and I'll throw it in the chat. Okay?
Yeah, I'll bookmark it now. I'll bookmark it.
Okay, no worries. I can drop it back in the chat because it's like, you know. It's not a big deal, is all I'm saying.
Easy stuff.
You don't have to. Okay, brother.
Cool. All right, fellas. In bed. Ciao.
Yeah, see you later. So, Perlo, just to give you a real quick, Singsy was just this guy in the Spittin' Chicklets. They've been doing this Chicklets Daily Show, Matt Merles and Colby Armstrong, right?
Yeah.
And so Colby dubbed Dave Singer in the chat Singsy. That's who was on. And he followed me on Twitter. We just started bullshitting. The next thing I knew, guy's retired Air Force. I'm retired Army in the U.S. military, obviously, but shout out to Canadian too. Uncle Dale was Canadian Special Forces, so I serve with a lot of Canadians and stuff. Love it. You're our friends and our brothers, so it's just and we share this sport, right? So anyway, he's always doing these parlays and stuff. He's serious gambler, but he doesn't do serious money. He's probably more serious than Rico. So, God, I hope he joins our crew and we have him on all the time because he's a really just a great dude, man. I'm going to try to get him. By the way, I always extend the invite. Man, you're not far from me. You could drive to my house in a day. I mean, it would be a hard day's drive, but you're always
to Atlanta. Or to Alaska.
Yeah. Because I have a cousin that lived in Calgary.
Maybe I'll do that up. Do you got a place for us to stay there?
Yeah, man. You come stay out the lake house.
We're going.
Yeah, you just tell me when and where, and you're always invited.
It's probably about a 25-hour drive somewhere around there, right?
Yeah. That's about my cousin in Calgary. Came and he was like, "Oh, I thought he was living in Arizona for whatever reason." So I'm like, "Oh, it'll be a week before he gets here." He calls me like 3 days later. I'm like, and he's like, "Oh, I drove from Calgary." I was like, "Well, that didn't take you very long at all." And he goes, "Yeah, it was like 20 hours. It wasn't that long." So yeah, you could make it. It's gonna be some driving. I mean, it might be cheaper to fly. I don't know. Anyway,
maybe if it's cheaper to fly, I'll fly.
Yeah. Well, I'm 15 minutes from the airport too.
But it would be amazing drive. Like, I mean, that would be an incredible.
Oh
drive.
Yeah, you got to do that drive once. I got to do that drive.
I think I would do the drive because it's just.
I'm just saying, yeah. Give me like 3 days notice, but I don't think usually we don't have any conflicts. I do not know what's happening here, but Florida went from the power play to a 4-on-3 for Vegas.
I better get them on here. I haven't been paying attention.
It's 1-0 Florida. I put your website up while you and Singsy were talking, but I didn't want to overtalk.
That's
cool.
Want
to overtalk. Still 1-0 Florida. 1:30 to go. You might be a little bit behind or ahead, depending on what kind of system you use. 4-on-3, man. Oh, we lost Perlo. 4-on-3. I'll just call for. We do have some people in the chat, so I want to make sure. Yep. Well, Stone just scored, making it 1-1. So that'll. Wow. I don't know what happened, but I think Singsy's happy. Singsy's got to be happy because he had that. He had both teams scoring. We had both teams scoring. All right. I have the Gordie Howe still up there for Perlo. I saw he was wearing the. Anyway. Yeah. 4-on-3. I didn't see the penalties, so I don't want to be critical. Great tip in by Mark Stone. Nothing Bobrovsky could do. I pretty much would not blame any of the goals on Bobrovsky in this series. Maybe 2 that I'd like to see him maybe make a save on, but I just feel like Florida's played so poorly in front. So we're 1-1. This game is the game. VGK wins. It's over. Like, you're just not coming back from a 3-0 deficit unless there's something that polarizes it, like a dirty hit or so. I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, the officiating, I think, has been too much of the story. I don't mind the penalties. Here we get Perlo back. I don't mind the penalties, but I just like they need to be legit calls. I didn't see the penalties that Florida got called, but how you get up 5-on-4 power play turned into a 4-on-3 penalty kill, to me, it better be in the Stanley Cup final of the Game 3. I just think the officiating has been too much of the story. To me,
I totally agree.
I'm getting feedback from you, man. I'm hearing your.
No, only for a second.
Okay.
I had to. I just put up my feed on YouTube.
Okay, you know this app allows you to do background, and I'm getting your light right in my face again too, your overhead light. So
I'll turn it off. I'll turn off. Oh wait, my overhead?
Yeah, the one behind your head, something behind your head. So if you just turn away from that, like to the right or the left, because it's just washing you out a little bit. Okay. And then don't forget you can set your own background. So I don't know how Kachuk didn't score on this.
Is that better?
Yeah, just are you blurring your background? Is that the background you're using?
Yeah, I'm blurring the background.
Yeah, but you're okay. So I don't know if you can see yourself on the camera, but you're way off center. Half your face is not in the screen, so slide to your right.
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right. I'll move this over.
Perfect. That's perfect. You don't have to.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, but I'm there's a huge hesitation in the feed right now, so, but that's all right. As long as it's not a hesitation on your side, we're all good.
No, I mean, you're coming through fine for me. I mean, your picture's awful, but outside of that, you're fine. There's like
I bought one of those lights so you could see me better. So I don't know why the picture would be awful, but it's blurred.
Well, it's either your camera or your internet. That would be my guess.
Yeah, it's because I'm having a hesitation for some reason.
Your internet's not doing.
My internet's not doing. I'll try to remove some stuff out of my, and then maybe that'll work better.
No, you're okay. I just if Perlo, and here's what I'll say. I told Rico, that's why I set him the cable. Is if you need to like direct connect. Like I'm on Wi-Fi now, but if my wife's home and she's watching stuff, then I almost always go direct connect and just be,
I'm already on direct connect.
Okay. No worries.
So Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, so you looking fine now. I'm gonna take.
Yeah,
Hold on. I'm gonna take my thing off here because that's blocking your face. But you're still off center. Like if you could just slide to your right, like 6 inches.
Is that better?
Hold on. That's perfect. That's perfect.
Okay, that works. That
Yeah,
works.
because it's just cutting half your face off. I don't care. Like if you don't want to be on screen, full screen or whatever.
No, I don't care.
But I want you to be. Yeah, I just. Yeah, and actually, if I was being real nitpicky, I'd ask you to raise your. I'd like to see 6 inches above your head, and instead it's cutting off like
How's that?
half your. That's perfect. Perfect.
All right, perfect. Good.
Yeah. If I was being real nitpicky, that's all I would say. Just to get you in there, it gets your whole brand, whatever you're promoting. I threw your website up, bpwopicks.com for Perlo. It's 1-1 with 43.6 seconds left to go in the first.
By the way, we're already up 28 units on baseball right now.
5 shots on 28 units. Sorry,
28 units on baseball, dude. It's crazy.
I'm telling you that first 4 is a steal, man. I think if you look, a lot of times you could just bet if you look at who the starter is, what the starting lineup has been doing the first 5.
MLB is the easiest I've ever capped, for sure. No doubt about it. It's so easy. You just look at the starters. You look at what the hand and what teams have been doing against that hand. Then you just look at home team, visitor team. It is so easy. It's
usually not a surprise because of how statistical that sport is. And they've just followed it for so long. It's such an old sport. And now I'm like, I love that they've gotten this. Oh man, what a shot on goal by Pietrangelo there. I like the refs that like Wes McCauley and those guys for the most part, but I thought they got in the way in games 1 and 2. And they were, I'm not saying that the penalties they called, but like the misconducts were out of control. And it just have been the story, and it's not been the hockey as much. I mean, Florida has played very bad defensively. They have gotten out of structure so bad. But
I'll tell you what I think is going to happen here, okay? Florida went into Vegas to try to butter them up. That they didn't even care about winning the games. They were trying to butter them up. They were trying to tell them, we are willing to go to the depths of hell to win this. And that's the reason why Carolina and Toronto lost. Because Florida is willing to cheat. They're willing to call out your family. They are willing to get as dirty as they have to. And I swear to God, against Boston, after Bergeron was pretty much for sure not going to come back, I think they kind of went, if this is what we got to do, then fine, take it. That's what I really believe, because Florida they'll rape their mom.
Here's what I'll say.
They will go down that low.
What did Matthew Tkachuk do to get those 2 misconducts in the same game?
He shouldn't have got
the slash that was levied on him by the goaltender should have been a 5-minute major, and maybe the goalie should have been kicked out of the game, in my opinion. Was it Matthew Tkachuk that got cross-checked into Aiden Hill, and then was it Aiden Hill and McNabb keeping him in there?
Yeah, that all doesn't matter. That all doesn't matter.
No, but what I'm saying is
they know that
you can't plan for that. So you're saying, I don't know, man. I'll just say this.
I'll tell you why Matthew Tkachuk got a 10-minute misconduct, because they know he will go lower. He will go to the depths.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You think they're trying to nip it in the bud early in the series?
Absolutely.
That actually might be the mandate. You got the memo, apparently.
That's the only reason why
I think you're fucking bang on. You're fucking bang on. There's a memo that said, do not let Matthew Tkachuk remove his skate and stab somebody. It will never.
Because he will do it.
Yeah.
So at that point, they knew that Matthew Tkachuk was going to go lower and lower and lower. And he got a 10-minute misconduct but here's the thing. Matthew Tkachuk sends the message to Vegas that we will go as low as we have to go. That's what they did with Toronto. Carolina is a squeaky clean team.
Yeah.
Like they play.
They never take penalties either. But that was Vegas. Vegas led the league. Hey, I need a break. I did a period. You were late. No worries.
Okay, go ahead. Do whatever. Do you want me to keep these people interested? Or?
Yeah, I mean, talk some talk, but I'm going to take a break. But I'll leave you on the screen so you can run the stream, and I'll be back. I think we're going to have Rico in like 25 minutes. So we'll get. And Singsy said he was going to come back, so that'll be great to have Singsy back.
Awesome,
Singsy from the Spit and Chicklets podcast. He's become a legend in the chat. So, thank you, Steve. I appreciate you. I'm going to take a quick break.
Is that where he's from? I didn't even know that, dude.
Well, yeah, New Jersey. Yeah, no. He's not. He doesn't work for Barstool, and he's not. He's just a big fan. He's just a big fan. He's a chat guy. Yeah, just like me. I'm not at work for Barstool. I just support the Spit and Chicklets podcast.
Yeah, Spit and Chicklets is amazing, man. I love.
And those guys I met them in person several times. They're good dudes. They are nice people, man. So
the Biz is an amazing human being. Amazing.
That guy is such a fucking good dude. And when I come back, I'm going to be wearing his Arizona Coyotes jersey. I'll be back.
Okay, buddy. I'll keep it flowing here. So, okay. This is what I'm saying. It's a weird thing, whoever's listening right now, but I should probably sell this off here. But I almost think that Florida kind of sold those games. They kind of sold them off. They gave them confidence, and they're about to kick their ass. That's the reason why I got Florida in the first period here, but we didn't get it. So anyways, I think Florida sold them out here. I think they kind of just said, look, they all through the series, through Toronto, through Carolina, the one thing that they wanted to tell whoever they're playing is we will go low, low, low. We are going to bust your ass, and we don't even care if we take out knees. We don't care if we got a high sticky to the head. We're going to beat the living bejesus out of you. And if you beat us the first two games on the road, remember that it's going to absolutely be shitty for you. We'll go worse. We will go dirty. This is a dirty, dirty team here in Florida. Totally. And the reason why is they know that as a man, they don't really have as much talent as Carolina. They don't have as much talent as Toronto. But they know that they can win the war. And that's what they are about. So, yeah, I should put a live bet in here on Florida second period. I'm going to put a live bet on Florida second period. You're getting plus 260 for Florida right now to win the game. Oh, sorry. It's minus 1.5.
Okay, I'm back, so you don't have to be on your own here. I'll just say this: I've seen the penalties. The cross check on Gudas gets uncalled 900 fucking times a game. Okay, yeah. I guess reverse slew foot by Anthony Duclair. How the ref even noticed? I mean, I don't know, man. Like, to take a team from a 5-on-4 to a 4-on-3. You are on the power play, and the penalties they called to put Vegas in front just reeks of high heaven of fucking piss poor officiating.
Well, no,
I'm
it's
not
not.
the only one saying it. Like Steve
I don't
Dangle
care.
today.
I don't care who's saying it. Florida or the referees knew that Florida didn't care about winning those first 2 games. All they cared about was showing them that we will go through to the depths of hell to win this series. That's all they. So
well, they have to go through the depths of hell to win this series now because they're down 2-0. I don't know, man. Like even Gretzky and Biz are talking a little bit about on the half here. It's very evident that the officiating is part of the story here. Look, and this, we've said this. I don't care who wins. I like Vegas. There are players. I would love to see Eichel win a cup. There are people. Jonathan Quick, U.S. legend, will have his 3rd Stanley Cup. Like, how many goalies could say they've won 3 Stanley Cups? You know, like it's, you know, you could talk about. It's just one of those things where I just don't think the NHL wants this to be the story. And to me, it's like, I'm not saying don't call, but I mean, Perlo, I think you and I are on the same boat. If we see a game that's physical, but there's 1, maybe 2 power plays a game, 1 for each team, and it just goes, that feels like playoff hockey to me. And you let a lot of this BS go, and I get it. They're like, that's not how it is. But, you know, the thing is, the game in the regular season now is so – like you could be up 5-0 and lose the game now. You know what I'm saying? Like that would never have happened back in the dead puck era or anything like that, right? You know, once you locked it down, you could lock it down. So I'm just wondering if, again, I guess this is one of the highest rated Stanley Cup finals in the U.S. history down here. It's doing really well. 1, because TNT has hit a fucking home run with their hockey coverage and the people they have on the panel. But 2, you know, I don't know what the ratings are in Canada. What do you think? Is there a lot of interest? You hear a lot of people on the streets talking about Florida, Vegas, and Edmonton?
It's the same as anything, pretty much.
Well, but let me ask you this:
if a Canadian team was in, it would be a little bit higher.
Perlo, okay, but Perlo, if you're the Edmonton Oilers, you lost to this Vegas team who's up 2-0, who looks like the favorite to win the whole thing, and you were in that series, man. Like, you can't feel like if I'm Edmonton next year, I'm coming out. Like, I'll be shocked. Like, I'm going to put early money on Edmonton to be in the Cup final next year.
Well, it depends on what they do because their 5-on-5 game is shit. So they still have to improve. Yeah. You can't win in this day and age without a 5-on-5 game. That's the reason why I have Vegas to win this series because Florida. But the thing is, that Florida they're playing an old school type of game. It would be beautiful if they won. It would be beautiful for sure. To do what they're doing and the way they're doing it, they're taking it to another level of intimidation. The old school 80s, 70s, that was all intimidation. The Philadelphia Flyers back in the day, all of that. And they're trying to do it here.
Yeah, I mean, that worked until Larry Robinson came in, and it's like, hey, we're tough farm boy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you realize the guy on the other side of the thing is not that much better than you or is a human being too, then you win, right? Like, isn't that the way it goes?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that I'll just say this for the sake of the NHL, let's have a 7-game Stanley Cup final. You know, these two teams, both franchises have not won. Both fan base. I mean, look, you could make sure the Florida franchise has been through quite a bit too, man. Like there was a time where I was hearing a lot of this stuff, the same stuff I'm hearing with this Arizona jersey I'm wearing. That franchise, like, let it go. And I just like it's one of those things where it's like I put the link in again if somebody wants to come on and chat, ask Perlo Wisdom a gambling question or come just chat. We're talking NHL Stanley Cup final. It's intermission, game 3. This game has to be won by Florida. And I want the officials out of the way. I just don't want them as part of the story. Like, nothing against officiating in the NHL. I don't ever want it to be the Super Bowl was this way this year. We had a controversial couple calls in the game, and it's like, it's so much better when you just get out of the way. If you call holding on the right side, it had nothing to do with the play, and this is an NFL, it's like, yeah, you call a cross check that's right after the whistle, which to me was soft, to take a team that was on a 5-on-4 and put them on 4-on-4. I just don't agree with it. I think it's a bad look, and it's the tying goal in the thing. Now, Singsy's going nuts because he had both teams scoring in the first. So it's one of those things where it's like, I'm happy for him, but it's like, okay. Like,
I had over 1.5 in the first. So.
Well, there you go, buddy. That helped you too, man. So for the gamblers, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I was able to bet on it, I think I would just not give a shit as much. But I think and here's the fucking deal. Bottom line, up front, no fucking question about it. When we get to the Stanley Cup final, I don't ever fucking want the officiating to be part of the discussion. Just let the fucking guys play. And I'll tell you what, for the most part, those last few finals, I've felt they've been pretty well
It's not, yeah. It's not going to
happen.
This
one does not feel that way. And I like Vegas. I like their fans. I met a lot of great people. That's a great place to see a game. If you've not gone to Vegas, go see a game there. It is awesome. I saw them play the Leafs and the Ducks this year. It was worth it. And now I'm so glad I went, because I don't know that we're going to travel as much now with all the craziness going on. So, and my wife's not going to travel as much for work, but hey, oh my God. Hot Take Hockey in the chat.
Hot Take Hockey. John.
Hockey Legends selling a birthday tnight, but I wanted to pop in the chat. Oh my God, John, have fun, man. I love that you live life outside of this sport. I'm old now and I don't have anybody to party with either. Otherwise, I'd be out there celebrating with you. Yeah. So good to see you, brother. Yeah. The officiating is kind of getting in the way again of this series, John. And I don't want it to take away. Vegas has definitely been the better team. I just feel like the officiating is a little bit too much of the story, and I don't want that. Oh, but since you're in the chat, Hot Take Hockey. And Perlo, I wanted to ask you this, and we'll bring when Rico comes on. Shane Doan, assistant GM.
Yeah, nice.
GCB, move. Sal's in the chat too.
Nice move.
What do you guys think about Shane Doan as the high? First of all, wearing the Yotes Biz Nasty jersey. Such a blow to Arizona that he's not going to be a part of that organization in some capacity.
But okay, I want to say something though.
Yeah,
about Shane Doan going to Montreal. Shane Doan has been everything that the Arizona Coyotes could possibly want in a person. He could have left any time.
I agree.
Now he's going to Montreal.
Toronto.
He's going to Toronto. Sorry.
Toronto. Yeah.
So what are the odds that Arizona is staying there?
Yeah, I'm starting to get nervous for Arizona, but it does sound like. Well, here's the thing, though, Perlo. Here's the thing. I think we're getting 2 more franchises. I think Atlanta's going to get a third shake with good ownership.
You think so? You think they're going to get it?
Right. I heard that on Kiprios' show today, and
Houston or Utah.
I think Salt Lake City is the venue. I think you add an East team, you got to add a West team.
I like Utah. I like Utah.
I think Utah would be great. I think it gets cold there in the wintertime. They actually have kids that play the sport and stuff. It's just, and honestly, that's not sparsely populated like it once was. That is a very populated state. Yeah. So it's, I think Salt Lake is one of the fastest growing cities or what have you. So I'll just say, anyway, that's the vibe there. And I'll just say this. I agree 100% with you. But I am hopeful that Arizona can stay. And after hearing Batman's comments, it does look like the downtown thing is the way. Listen, every time I go there, I talk to diehard fans of this team, of the Arizona Coyotes, Arizona sports guys. Shout out. We've got to try to get him on. By the way, I invited the Shifts and Pucks guys on, but I don't think they could make it. But if I could have got Devin or Kevin, that would have been cool. Or Sean. I was trying to get Sean too, Beardy Canuck. So we get. I think all those guys are like Canuck, Calgary guys, Perlo. Okay. So it'd be nice because I think you're our Edmonton guy. So like we just get perspective from the other Canadian markets, which I honestly want to hear from you guys because I mean it's your sport.
I'm a compassionate person, and I really feel for them, Vancouver and Calgary.
Oh my God, dude.
Really
what a beautiful place to live. How do you feel bad for those people? I'm
talking about their hockey team.
No, I know. You can't bring that up. You can't bring that up. I'm saying
I really do feel
got one of the most beautiful places. There's like I never met an ugly woman from Vancouver. Just like you got world-class skiing, world-class fish. Like what? I mean, you can't live in a better place.
Yeah. In the city of Vancouver, I would say not the best place, but anywhere in BC, pretty much, you're laughing. That's a beautiful place,
dude. So every once in a while, I'll meet someone from up here from Canada, and I'm like, "Where are you from?" And they're like, "British Columbia." I'm like, "Well, this isn't that much different, is it?" And they're like, "No," but
yeah, Alaska and like
Victoria got a lot of
Victoria or something like that. They a lot of similarities there for sure.
Shout out Salmon Kings. We used to play the Salmon Kings in the East Coast Hockey League. Anyway, the game is back on.
Yeah,
shots are 6-5 in favor of Vegas. There's 20 seconds out of the first. It's 1-1. Still, I have the score. I've actually done a good job of keeping this score up.
I think Florida. I think Florida's winning this game.
They have to, Perlo. They have to. They have to. If they lose this game, we as diehard hockey fans don't get a series, man. And I just want a 6 or 7 gamer. Oh, Florida is going on the power play though. Now, see, are they going to try to make a wrong with it right? Are they going to call it? I don't know.
Actually, I could see the draw too in this game. I could see the draw. The draw wouldn't be bad at plus 230. I wonder, should I put in the draw?
So don't think out loud. Tell everybody what you're trying to bet on, and then.
Well, I'm thinking. I think Florida's going to win this game, but you're getting minus 145.
Yeah, there's no value there.
There's not much value in that. So I'll wait till after the power play, and maybe I can get it at like minus 130 or 35. I think.
Or if they go down 2-1 on they give up a shorthanded goal, maybe you get it at plus, and that's when you want to bet it.
If they gave up a short period goal, I'd be all over that. Yeah, no doubt about that, for sure.
Maybe a shorthanded goal.
Right now, I would look at Florida minus 0.5 third period. That would be the best bet right now. Okay. I think you're probably getting that.
There's no value in ever betting minuses to me. I just don't. I don't.
Minus 0.5 third period. You're going to get probably plus 150 somewhere around there on that.
Yeah.
So I would do that. I would do that.
Plus,
I will play minuses like you're saying, like you don't see it. I will play minuses if the value is like 80% or higher.
Yeah.
So if I believe that the spot is 80% or higher, I'll play a minus 150 or whatever the case may be.
What do you think? What do you think of Florida's power play here? It's looked dog shit.
Terrible. Absolutely horrible.
What are they doing?
I have no idea.
And then Bennett skates out of a high-scoring shot, waits for them to get in position, and gets his shot blocked. It's like he didn't want to shoot the puck when it was 4-on-2 because Vegas was back. I mean, that's the one thing I noticed with them. They just don't get out of position ever. They stay in the structure, and they've literally just gotten more higher danger chances on this power play than Florida has. And that's what I'm seeing. I don't know if you guys are seeing something different.
Well, what blew me away with Vegas. I say, and I've been saying this a long time. Cassidy is one of the best coaches we've ever seen. When he played against Dallas, he played a box system around Hill that is really not advisable to win. So, because you're not gonna have possession a lot of the time, and
they
didn't.
have though. They have in this.
No,
series.
they didn't. Not in this series, yeah, but not against Dallas.
No,
Dallas had possession.
I thought Perlo. I thought the difference, and I didn't mean to cut you off there, but just I'm saying, like, I thought the difference in the Dallas series was that Vegas depth won them the series.
Yeah, because what they did was they protected their top guys by playing extremely defensive when they were on, and I didn't realize this. I had to look back at it, and I wrote it all down. So what basically this brilliant coach of Cassidy was saying was, we're going to beat Dallas no matter how we play. But what we do have to do is make sure that we protect our forwards for the next round. So
hold on, I think
Cassidy
was gone from the game. Kachuk was gone from the game. I guess he was out.
I'm talking about against Dallas, though.
No, I got you. I'm just trying to update people that are coming in and chatting with us.
Oh, okay, sorry.
16:51. Yeah. I guess Kachuk was out of the game for a minute. So he's really back at 16:50. Yeah. So I've got a little bit of volume here, which hopefully you're not hearing. And it's not bleeding over on the stream.
I can hear the background, but that's it.
Oh, you can hear it a little bit?
A little bit, yeah, but it's not a problem at all.
Well, no, I'm gonna mute it then because I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be an issue on the stream. Not be. I mean, we're talking over it, but like not. I didn't realize he was out. So, but no worries.
Vegas is gonna score the next goal, I think.
Well, then now you need to take Florida winning if Vegas scores the next goal. Yeah. Again, I'll just say like. I just think Florida's been playing a little bit out of over their skis. I felt like some of the players have been playing a little bit out of like Duclair has a penalty in this game. He had a penalty in the last game. That's a guy you don't need taking a penalty.
One thing good is Bobrovsky is back right now in this game.
Yeah, but Perlo, what goals do you put on Bobrovsky at all? There's like maybe 2 that you could argue he should have had. But he's either been screened by his own defenseman. Yeah, that was a great save. He's stopped all the way, though. Okay, but he's either been screened by his own defenseman or screened by a Vegas player. You're not going to stop what you don't see. I don't put any of the goals on Bobrovsky. He's been fine.
You got a point there. If you're going to block a shot, make sure you take a side.
Yeah, exactly. So, Florida just played so terrible.
They weren't taking a side. Because his obvious weakness, like just about any goaltender's weakness, is over the blocker side, right? So they weren't protecting that. I agree with you. But the thing is, they weren't before either. When they played against Carolina, they weren't protecting that either. But Bobrovsky was in the zone, and now, like, he wasn't the last 2 games in that zone. And it's ridiculous the zone he was in. He shouldn't be in that zone. No goaltender should ever get to that point, but they do. And he was in there, and now he's not as much in there. And their defense is really not that great. So it's a tough haul for Florida.
No. I do think Florida is overmatched in this now. I mean, like,
for sure.
Yeah, they're overmatched.
Well, they're being outshot in this position right now, 8-5, where it's like dire. You got to win. So,
but this is the thing too. Vegas could roll. Okay, so there's 20 minutes a period. They could give 5 minutes to each line, and by the third period, they're just going to be fresher than Florida, who's like two lines less heavy than them. Like Florida is a 3-line hockey team right now.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and that's what they're going to roll. And Maurice knows what he's doing. I'm not questioning him. I'm not saying he's even being out-coached. I just think right now, did you see my tweet about the comparisons between the 2021 final and the 20? Did you see that? I got it from Reddit.
No.
I got it from Reddit Hockey Memes, but hold on. I want to pull it up on the stream because I want you to see this because you will appreciate this. Okay. And we're live on Twitter too. I just, for whatever reason, I can't see the chats and Twitter. So you can
if anybody's watching, I'm putting a live bet on Vegas Reg right now. Up
okay.
-110. They're going to win in regulation here.
Oh, look who it is. Look who it is. What's up, Rico?
What's going on?
How was the Jays game?
It's awesome, man. Jays pulled it out. Good pitching performance.
Oh, no, I had Houston. But great. I'm glad the Jays won because I'm a Jays fan.
Oh, you guys are playing the Astros? The Asterix? Oh, beat their fucking ass. I fucking hate that team. Anyway,
I don't like them either, but.
Well, yeah, they're good. You know. Okay, Rico, I want your opinion on this too. Check this out.
What's up?
This is a tweet I tweeted out earlier from, and I got it from Hockey Reddit Memes. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. Hold on here. I'll try to make it larger. All right. Okay. I don't know. Is it gonna let me? No. Okay, hold on.
I'll just go on your Twitter.
Okay, anyway. No, this is my Twitter. This is the tweet. It says, the 2023 Panthers versus the 2021 Canadiens. Snuck into the playoffs. This is the Canadiens. This is the Panthers. Snuck into the playoffs, finished 17th in the league, came back from down 3-1 in the first round. Veteran $10 million goalie leads them to plays amazing for first cup. This is Florida. Swept next opponent after beating Toronto. Eric Stahl played on their team. Played in the finals. Played a team in the finals circumventing the cap, which is part of the rules, but whatever. This is the Canadiens from 2021. Snuck into the playoffs, finishing 18th in the league. Came back from down 3-1 in the first round. They did that same thing to Toronto, right? Veteran $10 million goalie leads them, plays amazing for first cup in what Carey Price did. Swept the next opponent after beating Toronto, which is what the Eric Stahl played on their team. Played in the finals with a team circumventing the cap. Anyway, Shadow Hockey Memes and Reddit. I just thought that was hilarious. I don't know isn't it? And I said in the tweet, isn't it funny how life imitates art? And sometimes it's better. You know, like that is so crazy. And it looks like, Eric Stahl. It's Vegas on the power play, but Eric Stahl, but he already has a shorthanded goal in this series, the first goal of the series, actually, which that's when I was like, this is going to be great because Florida is going to be good, but they just have not played a good game since.
No, they can't keep
power play. It's 1-1.
They can't keep up to the pace of Vegas. They can't. They just don't have it in them. Vegas is playing at such a high pace. Now, forget about speed, but they're passing.
Again, not to cut you off again, I apologize. But don't you think that has a lot to do with hey, what's up, Darkness? Don't you think that that has a lot to do with Vegas's depth and they could just stay fresher throughout the
game? I think it has more to do with how much these players have been together. They've been together for like 4 or 5 years. They're a team.
Jack Eichel hasn't been on that team 4 or 5 years.
No, but Marchessault, Smith,
Carrier,
McNabb, Carrier, Theodore, Peter Angelo's been there for quite some time. Florida's a mishmash of players.
Peter Angelo's been there for 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah. So 8.8. What a deal, Rico. Would you want Pietrangelo on the Toronto Maple Leafs back end? To me, you're a Stanley Cup team with a guy like that there.
Well, they're not
for sure. He's not going to go there, but we need a Pietrangelo type player, and not.
They could have signed him that year if your fucking shithead players weren't overpaid by Dubas.
No.
What a move by Duclair! He almost scored.
Yeah,
That's a
true.
joke Toronto's
Now,
never
are
going
they
to get
calling
away
a
from, the
fucking
overpaid
okay? He
player.
got hooked.
Would you take Would you take Peter Angelo or Tavares
Hey,
on that lineup?
I have a hot take here. If Florida wins this game and they even this series and they start to put the pressure on Vegas, I think Cassidy might implode because he is one of those guys, like you said, he shits on his players. That's why he wore his welcome out in Boston. Okay. And so I think Florida, they could put the pressure. If we can get 3-2 Florida,
I totally don't agree with you. I think Boston, he wasn't willing to bend from what got him to where he got him. And the fact that DeBrusque was a little bitch and other people.
But Carlo, hold on. Cassidy leaves. Montgomery comes in. They have a record-setting season, but they lose in the first round. But Montgomery doesn't change anything defensively that Boston did under Cassidy. He keeps it the same. He changes the offense, and of course he's probably a nicer guy to work for or whatever, because it sounds like Cassidy can, but I'm just saying, like, Cassidy can get under guys' skin, it seems like. But like by all accounts, like, I'm not saying Cassidy's a bad guy or anything. I'm just saying, like, it sounds like players wear out on him.
Yeah, at this point of his career, and he does have in Vegas, he needs a veteran team because he's not going to bend, just like Sutter didn't.
But didn't he have that though in Boston with Bergeron, Marchand? Like, isn't that?
Yeah, but they had guys like DeBrusque that were asking for a trade because they're just being little bitches. Boston is going nowhere. I'm telling you right now. After what I saw this year, they are going nowhere for probably a decade. Boston is going nowhere.
Well, you can't miss on that. I think it was the 2015 draft.
There's no way.
3 picks in a row.
I can kind of understand that. Barzal was not going to sign with you, no matter what. You had Krejci and Bergeron. Barzal's agent was like, "You don't want to go to Boston. You're not making top money in Boston." So they're gonna float. I don't want to get off
on a tangent on Boston because we're watching the Stanley Cup Finals in Florida and Vegas. Florida is on the power play. I do want to ask Rico, because Rico's late to the chat, because we knew you would be. Rico, thank you for joining me after your long work day. Hope you had a good one. Glad you got to see the Jays win, and hope you had a good time with your family. What do you think of the hire of Shane Doan as the assistant GM of the Toronto Maple Leafs? I'm sure that was all over the news there.
Shane Doan got hired as assistant GM? I did not hear that, dude.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. It was reported.
Arizona's gone.
I don't think Arizona's gone, but I do think it's a huge loss for the Arizona Coyotes.
No, they're gone. There's no way. He knows they're gone. There's no
way. Dude, you don't have any faith in Bill Armstrong? Come on, man. They're fine. They're not
going. No. I mean, under Bill Armstrong and what's that coach? He's amazing.
I'm a fan of him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing. They're going to be a great organization.
Oh, Florida almost scored short side Sam Bennett.
But they're not going to be in Arizona. There's no way.
I like having an ex-player like a Shane Doan type that condoned a lot of experience. He's probably well known around the league, well respected, and having an ex-player with the brains of Tree Living, having those two guys go together. Shane Doan's probably an excellent scout of talent as well. You know, he can see the ice well. He knows the players. He knows the teams, and you know what? That's a dream job for him in Toronto. If it does,
that's a really good point.
Here's why I like it. His son just played for ASU and was playing a lot of D1 hockey, and I know he went and saw a lot of those games. So he sees a lot of these. He's seen a lot of these young hockey players, and I'll tell you, one of the best things you've seen is scouting departments that scout the NCAA really well. Because, dude, part of the thing is you don't know how these kids are going to grow, what they're going to look like. But college, they have 3 or 4 years to grow into like man bodies who can end up being. That's why you're seeing so many like undrafted college hockey players now, because they're like, the difference of guys being able to play is so minuscule. I'll never forget Scott Gomez talking about going from the NHL and playing the ECHL the year of the lockout. And he was like, the talent is not that much different. He goes, and that's the ECHL from the NHL.
No.
And you got a guy who was a Calder Trophy winner and a Stanley Cup winner in his rookie year, and he's saying, yeah, look, the guys in those leagues are not bad. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
yeah. No, they're ready to step in. How many times you see the playoffs start and all of a sudden, boom, there's a college hockey player in the starting lineup, you know, maybe the last
Matthew
few days of the
Nyes.
year.
I thought Matthew Nyes looked incredible for the Leafs, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Matthew Nyes was a wonderful pick. I didn't say that at the time, but he looks like Kreider.
Yeah, he's gonna be a good power forward.
He reminds me of Kreider. He reminds me of Kreider a lot of Kreider. So,
and he's from. By the way, where's he from?
Arizona. Is he from Minnesota?
He's from
Arizona. That's right, Arizona. Yeah, he played for Minnesota.
That's why the NHL. You don't have Austin Matthews or Matthew Nyes, two of the most popular players on the Leafs, and they need both those guys to win a Stanley Cup.
If it wasn't for Shane Doan.
And they're from Arizona. And if it wasn't for Ovechkin scoring the slidey goal, there is no fucking Austin Matthews. I always say Leaf fans owe their homage to Alexander the Great, as I have. Because he scored that goal, and Matthews is like, this is the sport I'm going to play.
Vegas for sure is going to score the next goal. And
bet that then. What do you got, Rico? You got any money on this game?
Yeah, I laid pretty big on the first period over. I laid a large bet on it, and it hit. So that was good. It's gravy for the rest of the game. Yeah.
I got that too. But I also had Panthers ML and a little bit on minus 0.5 first period. So I pretty much broke even on that.
I took the draw too.
I just put a live bet on the draw. I didn't get the value you did. What did you get it on?
Plus 320.
Yeah, I got 290. I took a live bet on. I wanted to watch to see how much Florida was going to dominate in the first.
Yeah.
But now I feel that it could be a draw, but I also have a slice on Vegas ML here at minus 132 because I think that overall over the long, because they can run four lines
it'd be nice if they go into the draw is I got two different parlays of shots on goal props. So that long overtime game against Carolina where it went to 4 OTs, I nailed all those shots on goals.
You hit those.
So I'm like, let this game go forever.
What do you got?
You have like a ridiculous parlay with the shots over, and it's like, let's say you bet 100, you win like $1,100. Like, yeah, you're at $100, but you won $1,100.
Yeah.
You know, that's beer for the year. You know,
for sure. Yeah.
Or
couple days, anyways.
No, man.
Or a couple Jays games.
God, dude, how's that? They did some modifications to the stadium there. I heard.
That's
is it really nice?
Oh yeah. Like the home run that landed that one of the guys hit last night was right in Rogers Landing, where people are just at tables like having beers and stuff, and the ball's flying by. It's not like you're sitting in a seat anymore where the home run areas are. Like it's a common area with a bar there and high top tables and railings, and it's actually pretty sick.
So what are the Jays' chances this year, man? Like, are they gonna be in? I gotta tell you, man, when I was a kid, when they were in the World Series, I rooted for them because I was a big Robbie Alomar fan. And then Joe Carter played for the Cleveland Indians, a team I used to like. I'm obviously a Dodgers fan, but I was a big fan of them. And I also love the A's and Dave Stewart pitched for them.
Yeah.
One of the best.
I loved Oakland back then too.
But Dave Stewart pitched for the Blue Jays too in those World Series because he went over. He was on those teams. So,
but I'll tell you about the Jays. Their early schedule is the worst part of their schedule.
Well, if they can get out of there,
they've got a lot of games for the next 25 or 30.
There's only one team in that division that scares me, and it ain't the Yankees. It's the Tampa Bay Rays.
Oh, Bobrovsky's going off here, man.
That was a block shot, I think, from the defenseman there, Perlo.
Was it? Yeah. He still looks good, though. He looks really good.
You're probably a little bit ahead of me. I'm about 709. So I react sometimes. If you say something, I'll react. I'll look, and I usually will see what you see.
I'm at 637 right now.
Oh my God. I know what you're talking about. The blocker save there. Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
No, yeah. I think that might have been wide anyway, though. But boy, that might get charged. That should be a penalty by Haig right there.
But
that's as much of a cross check that Gudis got fucking penalized for. That's again, like I said, I just don't want the officiating to be the story. If you're going to call it one way, call it for both teams. I don't feel like they have.
Officiating won't be a problem here. See, because in Florida, the officiating, they were doing that.
I'm telling you, Perlo, it's been a problem. I've been watching this game. It's a problem.
They're not going to call much.
They just put that the reason Vegas tied the game was because it was a problem. The officiating directly have caused the goal for Vegas. They went from Florida being up 5-4 on a power play to being on 4-on-3. You cannot tell me officiating didn't have anything to do with it.
How many penalties? Okay, let's put it this way. Penalties.
Look it up. I don't know.
In this game,
not been good. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, and they talked about it at the intermission. It's not been good, man. I'm telling you.
No, I'm not. There hasn't been many penalties, is what I'm trying to tell you.
No, they've been. That's the only reason Vegas scored. And I've seen Florida on the power play, but I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to bring this up. Like, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with NHL's website here.
Where are you guys at on the game right now? What's the time in the second?
I got 1-1, 5:55 left. You guys are ahead of me. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
55. No, I'm streaming off like
I got,
website.
Okay,
I'm
they're
at
going at
6:30,
commercial.
so I'm gonna change.
Oh my God, I'm at 5:47. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna change streams on the game.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm at 5:47. Rico, you don't need to change. You don't have to be in line with us. I'm not play-by-playing. We're just talking. I don't want to play-by-play. The drunker and stupider I get. Oh, my Dodgers finally beat the Reds. Wow. Okay. I'm looking it on. It's fucking ridiculous.
Dude, is Matt Tkachuk back in the lineup right now?
It's 3 power plays to 3. Yeah, he's back. He was knocked out, but he's back. It's 3-3, Perlo. But I'm telling you, the 2 that Vegas got to go up from being on the PK to being on a 4-on-3 power play was the difference in this game. And oh, by the way, guess what? They're going on the power play again. So this will be the 4th favorable. This will be the 4th call for Vegas to be on their power play. And yes, Florida's been on the power play 3 times, but one of them got ripped from them. And I'm just saying, I don't know, man. Like, I don't want it to be the case. I don't want it to be the case. I don't want the officiating to be I don't care who wins.
Here's the underlying story. And I never even thought about this.
It's going to be the under, though. I hate to tell you and Singsy.
No. I mean, the underlying story in here is that it's Vegas. I'm not buying any of that, man. Like, because you know what? I heard it from everybody that knows everything about hockey that the Vegas Golden Knights were going to beat the Capitals in 18. And that there's no way the Capitals could win, and they won in 5. And the Capitals were like, yeah, we get you're good. This is our fucking year. And so, that was a deep Capitals team too. But I'm just saying, like, and I think it just caught up to them. And they also hit a home run, like, I think the future of hockey is a team that's got 4 lines. They can roll 4 B plus C plus players, and you're gonna beat them with structure. And you don't have to have a world-class goalie. That's what this is turning into. I said if I'm Edmonton, Perlo, you're like cutting your face in half just to let yourself know. Yeah, I'm trying to find my feed just went out. So.
Okay, no worries. Okay. Oh, you just lost your game. 128 Vegas on the. Oh, I guess Vegas scored based on Did Vegas score Rico? Did we get a Vegas goal?
Damn, I don't want a 3-0 series, man. I want a 2-1 series. I don't want 3-0 in the final.
From Alexander Ovechkin's office. How that got through, I don't know. But again, another penalty. And it's 2.
Oh, Marcia still scored?
Marcia Show.
Yeah. That guy is going to win the Conn Smythe Trophy if
Well,
Vegas
Eichel
wins.
got it's Eichel that made the great pass.
Oh,
dude.
I got the Eichel assist prop.
Perfect. There you go. Yep, you got your Eichel assist prop.
He's got the most assists in the playoffs, in the Cup final.
Yeah. Oh, I see how it beat him down. Did it go off a stick? It beat him the very top corner.
Oh, baby.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Somebody threw that in the chat today when we were watching the Ice Guys there, Perlo, the Eichel assist prop.
There you go, buddy. So it's 16 shots to 10. Let me change up the score. It's I got 4:58 left to go in the second. We're just bullshitting. I got Rico that's in Barrie, Ontario. I got Perlo that's in Edmonton, Alberta. I am in Anchorage, Alaska. We are watching the game 3 of the Vegas Golden Knights, Florida Panthers, 2023 Stanley Cup Final. There's the score. There's our Twitter handles. Perlo's on mute. This is getting ugly. Vegas has 2 power play goals in this game. One was a 4-on-3 and one was a 5-on-4 just recently.
What?
2-1. Florida's winning 1-0.
What a
we're
pass.
not really good. I hope you're watching along. Jonathan Marsh Show, 3rd player in the last 35 years to score first 3 games of Stanley Cup Final. Steve Yzerman in 1997. I think they won that year. And Jake Gensel, which puke, but whatever.
Jake Gensel.
Lamborghini's running his mouth on the bench to somebody over there. He's fucking not having it. I imagine it's deathly quiet there in Florida. Perlo's on he's got his headphones on. Let me if I put a little volume on here, Rico, let me know if you hear it. So I don't want it to be a problem. But again, I don't put any of the goals on Bobrovsky. I feel like Florida's played bad, but again, if you have 2 power play goals and you give them line share of power players, and it's when you get them, right? It's when you get them. Hey, who's that guy? Oh, that's Ricky Fowler. Oh, Justin Thomas. They're showing a bunch of golfers. I don't know. They're showing a bunch of golfers at the Florida game. Yeah.
Because those are guys that aren't at the Canadian Open. They're playing the Canadian Open PGA about 40 minutes south to me right now, and some of those guys are just enjoying the weekend off.
It's because the U.S. Open is next week. I feel so bad for the RBC Canadian Open because it precedes the U.S. Open, and so all the top players that are like, we give a shit about the U.S. Open. And it does suck I feel bad because that's like your signature Canadian event, right? In Canada is the RBC. That's they should have like a Canadian Open, like a U.S. Open. They should have a major in Canada. I'm sorry. I mean, I guess too, like, I don't know what the golf courses are like there, but they've got to have some world-class golf courses there in Toronto area, right? Or Montreal.
Big time, yeah. For sure, big time.
And I'll bet you they do in Alberta too, man. It doesn't have to be in the same location.
Well, we have a Jack Nicklaus built golf course.
Yeah, Montana did too. So like, I don't know that's that. I think he's probably done like 200.
It's beautiful.
Glen Abbey,
the Bear,
Glen Abbey too in Oakville.
Yeah, the Bear. It's a great course. Great course.
Yeah.
So icing on Vegas. We'll see what happens here.
Oh,
good God, man. Like, good God. Can we get a fucking series? Like, I
know. I don't want to
I
see
don't care if
3-0.
Vegas wins, but can we get a series, man?
Perlo, you know what other bet I laid on? Sam Reinhart to not get a point under 0.5 at plus 135.
Oh, shit. That's a good bet. I wish I would have had that too.
I bet he doesn't have one. Yeah, no. I bet he doesn't have one. That should be a penalty.
You know who I thought was going to have a good game tonight was Aaron Ekblad. I thought Ekblad was going to step up.
Montour just had a baby.
Yeah.
I don't know why Cassidy is complaining about this interference call on Alec Martinez. It was legit interference. So, Perlo, if you need to be off, I can take you off screen.
Yeah, I got to go off for a sec.
Okay. All right. No worries.
2 minutes for Andrew Ferentz.
Yeah, no, it's an interference. No, I don't know what he has to complain about. And Vegas has been gifted power plays in this game.
It's too bad Florida has a shit one.
No, I've liked everything in game 2. I like their power play. They did everything but not score. They're getting pressure. They're getting shots. They have not looked good in this game at all, which is surprising because I thought, to be quite frank, their power play was like a strength. Like I was like, if I walked out of that game, I would have felt like, oh, we had a pretty good power play there. What is Kachuk doing there? He could have literally like backhanded it into the net. He was so close. I don't understand. Why are you passing it? This makes no sense to me, Rico. I'm sure you played the game of hockey. I didn't play. I only played like men's league.
Yeah. No, he could have kind of walked. He could have kind of walked out and drew the goalie to him.
This is my question for you. Why would you take a puck from a super high danger area and pass it out to a less danger area? It just makes no sense to me. Shoot it on net.
The only way he'll do that is if the goalie's overplaying him while he takes it from beside the net. If he's overplaying you, yeah. But on that,
he could have scored there.
Probably.
He could have scored there, I think. With the shit I've seen him do between the legs, he's got the hands. You could shelve it. What's going on? I don't know. Maurice is asking something.
Maybe Kachuk is a little bit hurt from that hit on Kolesar.
No, I think maybe he was asking why he didn't get a penalty. That's the other thing, too. Like, I get Matthew Kachuk. Perlo has a theory that Florida sandbagged it in the first 2 games because they wanted to see what they could get away with. They wanted to butter him up. I don't know. I mean, because a lot of us had Florida. And I just feel like the reason I had Florida was I like their forwards and I like their goaltending. But what I didn't account for is the depth of the Vegas Golden Knights. And the other thing I would say is that game 1 could have gone either way. That save was huge by Aiden Hill. That's definitely been a big thing. But to me, I don't even know why Florida let that get in their head because honestly, it was a fluky. Like that Holtby's robbery of Tuck, and I even said shades is Braden Holtby as Florida executes on the power play here. Let's see if they can get a goal. They got 40 seconds left, 2 minutes to go, and what a pass, but just wide. Sam Bennett's got to step up here too, man. Like I think Florida just played so badly structurally. And it feels like, we got Perlo back. Back. Okay. Sorry. No worries. Everybody's going to need a break. We're going to have like a minute 50. I'll let everybody take a. Are you using the cable, Rico? Is that working out? Did you try that or?
I haven't used the cable yet. I had family in town here.
Worries.
I was just in a little bit of a rush tonight. So, yeah.
Oh, Stevenson tried to bury one there. Jeez. That's who the Vegas Golden Knights player is behind me is Chandler Stevenson. Big fan of him. He's a Saskatchewan boy, I believe. He was on that.
Remember that save, folks. Remember that save Brabowski just put on Stevenson to see how this game goes because that could have been
it has to be
Vegas
Florida,
going
Rico.
into second.
It has to be Florida, right? Florida has to win this game or the series.
Oh, yeah.
No, they're not. They're not going to win this game. They're not going to.
Florida's not.
I took Vegas to win the series, but I thought it would go deep. I thought either 6 or 7. I don't want Florida to lose this game.
I think it's
Cassidy screwed me. He's brilliant. I wasn't able to catch up to him, and just Vegas is for sure probably sweeping this series.
What is making you think this? I don't even know that Cassidy's done anything coaching in this. He's
done amazing. He's done amazing. In Dallas, what he was doing was he was playing a low. He knew he would be outpossessed the way he was playing. He was playing a box defense in front of Hill because he wasn't
kind of doing that though, man. With this series,
no.
Yes,
No,
because if you look at all the goals Florida's given up, Florida's been out of position badly, and Vegas is rarely out of position.
No, what I'm saying is,
Then we got another power play coming up.
He was not playing an aggressive offense against Dallas. He was playing a very defensive system.
I think
and then
Vegas is getting another power play here with like 37 seconds left to go.
Yeah. Vegas is winning.
Dallas getting a slashing call. Let me see. Yeah, legit.
Man, that's a bad penalty to take.
What the fuck are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Lift his stick then. Lift his stick. You don't have to slash it. If you lift his stick, you take it off the ice. You're not going to get called to hold it. I don't get that play. Why are you making that? Florida is in trouble, man. This is what I did not want. You know what? Okay, I keep saying this, but fuck the NHL. I don't mind if this is a sweep because it's late in the summer. I've got like 3 weeks of good weather left, man. Like, I don't want to be inside watching hockey, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Rico, you're in the same boat, right? Ontario's brutal, man. Like, I don't want to be inside watching the Stanley Cup final needs to be in the first week of June and over by the first week of June. And honestly, I'd like it to be over by Memorial Day weekend, which is the last weekend in May. They need to start playing the 1st of October, and they need to get the Stanley Cup finals on and going through the entire – there should not be one regular season game in April.
But the problem is they would have to compete with basketball. And
they already are competing with basketball. They're getting left in the wayside. It's like, stop. Do what you do and do what you like. They did that. They did premium optimum games for the Stanley Cup finals as far as days on. It was a joke that we had to wait 3 or 4 days. Monday, they played Monday. They had Tuesday, Wednesday off, 2 days, and a venue change. I guess 2 days and a venue change. I guess I'm being a little over dramatic. It's just that this should not be. Oh, if Florida does win a game, we're gonna see like the 19th of June.
Yeah.
And the Stanley Cup finals will not be over.
Wouldn't that be something to watch a Stanley Cup final and go to a cup game in Toronto in a snowstorm and a visiting team from, Vegas comes in and they're all cold and their flights getting delayed and we're not brushing a tarmac because they want their plane to land sideways and play to our climate a little bit. It's like football.
I bet you Canadians would win a little more if they did that earlier for sure. No doubt about it.
Yeah, I mean, start in September then. Like, just don't play weekend games. The NFL only plays one damn day a week. I guess they play Thursday, Monday, and Sunday.
Yeah, but that's because there's only 18 games in the season, though.
Yeah, I mean, just stay when NFL's on. Just keep the majority of your games, or regionally look what you have. And like, if Buffalo Bills are playing, don't have the Sabres playing. Like, it's easy. Like, I'll be honest with you, man. If a good hockey game is on Sunday, I'm going to watch that over an NFL game. NFL's become unwatched. If it wasn't for the Red Zone channel, I would have stopped being a football fan a long time ago.
I'm not an NFL fan.
There is not a better sport to watch it game to game than the game of hockey. Like, yeah, there are bad games. There are horrible games to watch. But I get that sensation way more in NFL. They review everything. It takes forever for a 3-hour game to turn to 5 hours. No problem. I mean, I'm joking, but like, that's why I like what they've done with baseball and stuff, man, because like.
Dude, the game I went to last night was 2 hours and 7 minutes. That's how fast that game was last night.
I love it. I love what they're doing there. I like the pick. That's awesome too, man. Like, that's a really fast baseball game. But like,
yeah, like the only thing I felt bad for was my uncle goes to like 1 or 2 games a year because he's from up north a bit. So that's our kind of family time to go to a game. And, we didn't have time to go walk around the stadium and stuff like that. Because
the pitcher ain't taking 20 seconds.
Yeah, because the fucking game is just going and going and going and it doesn't stop. If you want to go somewhere, you're going to miss an inning or so. But, and that's good for the everyday viewer. It's better for the everyday baseball viewer that wants to consume the game and not sit there.
But baseball has 9 natural commercial breaks, though. You have the between innings. So you still have the changeovers in between innings. That doesn't have to be. They can extend that a little bit because that is when people go get it food and this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
So I get like maybe they're speeding it up to a detriment, but everything I've heard and everything here in the States, everybody feels like it's the best thing. And getting rid of
I like it. I like it because I watch a lot of games. I watch a lot of baseball, so I don't mind it.
Getting rid of the shift was awesome. So
for sure. Yeah.
So we're mid. It's still third period. I'm gonna take a quick break. Rico, I don't know if you need a break. Perlo, I know you've had a break, but you left or whatever, came back. I'm gonna take a quick break, bathroom break and beverage break, and I'll be back.
Yeah,
so,
I'm gonna grab a quick beer too.
Okay. All right. I'll let you
back.
guys talk amongst yourselves, or I'll remove Rico. You're taking off. Okay.
You still
You
there,
there?
Rico?
Yeah. I'll be like 10 seconds.
So, okay. You can still hear me fine.
Yeah, you're
so
good, Perlo. I'm
what
gonna leave you on with Rico.
Yeah, that's all good. What do you think of like that Philly trade? I mean, Briere got a boatload. I think that Briere kind of said, look, do me a solid here and pay more than you need to, and I'll do you a solid later, because he got incredible back for just Provorov in that trade.
I've been out of the loop, dude. I haven't been consuming sports or anything in like the last 3 days. So if it happened within then, that's why I didn't know about the Shane Doan thing. My family was down, so like my devices were off. I wasn't in front of the screen and stuff.
So what happened was Provorov was traded.
Yeah, I caught wind of that, but I just didn't look into it. It just popped on my phone, and I just swiped it or whatever. I was like, okay, I'll take a look at it later. So what went on with that? Provorov's gone.
Provorov went to Columbus. Okay.
Yeah.
LA freed up a lot of cap space by sending Peterson to Philadelphia.
Cal Peterson?
Yeah, the goaltender there for LA that is like way overpriced right now.
Does that mean LA's getting Hellebuck?
Well, maybe. I that would be smart, but I don't know exactly how they want to spend their money. They just gave Gavrikov like 5.75 for 2 years.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Anyways, Philly got a first-round pick from Columbus, number 19, 2 second-round picks, one from Columbus and one from LA. They took on Peterson. They got a really good prospect from LA in the hell is his name? Grunge or something like that. A really good defensive prospect. All for Provorov. And I think there was more to it than that.
Yeah, that sounds like all a haul for Philly.
Yeah, huge haul for Philly. Columbus got Provorov, and LA just basically got cap space. That's all they got. And then they signed Gavrikov a little while after that. I think it was a huge overpay by LA.
Big time. I think you can get a 19th. You can get a Provorov at just that 19th pick that you got from Columbus.
Maybe, yeah. It's a deep draft.
Okay, I gotta jump in here. No, I like the Provorov deal for them because here's the thing: they got rid of Cal Peterson's contract. They had an overabundance of right-handed shots with the LA Kings. This was a good move by the LA Kings. This was a better move. This was a better move by Daniel Briere and the Sharks. Jack Olson. Man, I can't handle the Knights Cup before the Sharks won. Jack Olson, our Chicago fan from Chicago, who's won a bunch of Stanley Cups, but he's a Sharks fan. I love you, Jack Olson. I totally feel your pain. As a Capitals fan, I never thought I'd see the day we win a Stanley Cup. But just think of it this way. The Sharks are becoming the Cubs. and eventually you will win. Hopefully it's not 100 years. No, I like the Gavrikov deal. It's a 2-year deal. That's there's no risk reward, and they had 0 left-hand shot D in their thing, and Walker was a healthy scratch in the playoffs. They really did not give up anything, and they got cap space. So Jack Olsen, I'm with you, brother. I gotta tell you, like, this is a good move for LA. And I'll tell you right now, I would not pay for Hellebuck, and I would not pay for Carter Hart. Okay, but for 2 entirely different reasons. Here's why I'll say I would not pay for Hellebuck. Hellebuck, it doesn't matter now. Look, in the NHL, you don't have to have the world-class goalie. It's about structure and blah, blah, blah. Don't take dumb penalties. I don't know who's the ref's mom likes or whatever. It feels like in this series, because when I hear the broadcast crew who doesn't give a shit who wins say the officiating's been bad, it's been bad. 6 for 15. The Vegas Golden Knights are on the power play. 0 for 11, the Florida Panthers. That's the series. And I said Edmonton would not win a Stanley Cup on power plays. I take it back. I think Edmonton is going to be Stanley Cup finalist next year.
Yeah, you know what I heard? Darren Pang, he was on an interview with somebody the other day. It was on probably Fan 590, because that's most of the radio I listen to. Is he was talking about the whole, if you can have either a number 1 goalie, like even a high-priced, high-profile goalie, or a guy that plays 28 to 29 minutes a night in the playoffs as a solid number 1 defenseman, what would you take?
You're taking the defenseman every time.
He would take the defenseman because, you know what? Like, look, I mean, the odd thing out is Hedman, because he had Vasilevsky, but even Washington, John Carlson was playing half those games. Look at in Pietrangelo in St. Louis, he was playing half those games. He had Binnington in net. You know, Washington had wholly not the best goalie in the world, but I think having that guy that plays 28 to 29 minutes a night, you just need decent goaltending. Look at Darcy Kemper with Makar. He won the Conn Smythe.
The Caps have a number 1 defenseman when they won the Stanley Cup. Yes, John Carlson, world-class defense.
For sure, yeah.
You did I have in my jersey a 77 reverse retro for the Tampa Bay Lightning this year of that guy, and you could tell he was not healthy in the playoffs, and won Victor Hedman.
Yeah. I mean, Cale Makar won it with Darcy Kemper. You know?
Well, yeah, but I think Darcy Kemper's a good goalie, even though he's
not a top tier goalie, but they got good.
Oh God! Oh God, Rico! I watched a lot of Arizona games. He was incredible for them.
Yeah, but he wasn't good in that playoffs. He wasn't good. They won despite.
Is his name on the Stanley Cup?
Yeah, but they won. They won despite of Kemper, not because of him. That was one of the few times I've ever seen a team win.
Okay, I don't want to go down this road. I don't agree. But
what? I mean, how could you not agree? His expected goals against
the fucking Cup, Perlo. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, he was fucking better than the guy he faced.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was, because he won.
It doesn't matter because he won. They won despite of him, which is unbelievable.
They don't win in spite of him. You don't win in spite of someone. You win. You win because you're the better team.
No,
they had the better goaltending. They had the better defense. They had a better offense.
Okay, so Holtby's name's on the cup. What's he done since? Kemper's name's on the cup. What's he done since? Binnington's name's on the cup. What's he done since? You know?
He had a minus 4.2 goals expected in the playoffs. That is,
I know, but I'm telling you, like, you got to make the saves when they matter. Gretzky says this. He said this about Grant Fuhr. Grant Fuhr left 4 goals in, but he'd make the 5th save because that was the won you the 5-4 game. I'm just telling you, in this day and age, man, I throw the numbers out. Throw the numbers out. You could not compare a dead era goalie and Patrick Waugh or Marty Brodeur, the most overrated goalie in the history of the NHL, because he had the best defensive structure in front of him ever.
I agree.
He had no 2-line pass. So I'm just saying, give me a fucking rest with that BS. And by the way, Rico, the Capitals won the Stanley Cup because of Braden Holtby. He shut out
Well, he came in for Grubauer, yeah. But I'm saying a number one defenseman.
Game 7, and that save he made on Alex Tuch was way better than the save that. I'm just saying, like.
Well, it was shot from a further distance at a higher pace. Absolutely, I never said the save by Aiden Hill. He had Pietrangelo help him on the second one, or that puck would have been the back of the net.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't want to take away from the save or take away from this series. Like, I'm just saying, like, I don't.
Hope he got hot. Hope he got hot at the right time.
Yeah. That's right.
Holtby also is tied for the NHL record in wins, and he did it in an era when scoring is insane. So he has the same number of wins in the regular season as Marty Brodeur did. And you know what? Holtby didn't have Scott Stevens and Scott Niedermayer in front of him.
Brodeur.
You know who he had? He had John Carlson and Michael Kempney. So, like, all you need is a hell good roster and an okay goalie gets hot. Yeah. No, and look, but
Orpik was there.
Here's the thing, Jack Wilson, I'm so glad you're in here. Sergei Bobrovsky is a 2-time Vezina Trophy winning goalie. He is not a trash goalie. He has not been good under Florida because he is old now, but he's a good goalie. Like, and look, they overpaid. Look, you can't blame the cap. They thought was going to go up. No one could predict the pandemic. So any of these contracts that predate the pandemic or 3 or 4 years before the pandemic, they thought the cap was going up. Florida.
Oh, so you left the Leafs off the hook then. Quit complaining about the Leafs salary cap.
No, but here's the thing about the Leafs.
That's overpaid.
No, Rico. Okay, I would 100% let the Leafs hook. But here's the thing. Those bridge deals that they used to give those young players were much less, and they gave both their young players 8-digit bridge deals. That was unprecedented. If you look at even now, like, who is I just heard Dahlin might go 8 at 10 right now. Dahlin 8 at 10. If Perlo is off the screen, I'll take it.
And that's probably worth it though. Dahlin.
No, but I don't think that's an overpaid. He's 22 years old. He'll be 30 by the time the contract's over. Defensemen don't even mature till they're 33.
Yeah, Dahlin's going to be a solid player.
They could have him for 20 years on the back end there if he stays healthy, knock on wood, and Rasmus Dahlin. So I'll just say this. You've got a problem with if Marner and Matthews made $8 or $9 million a year. Let's say Marner makes 8 and Matthews made 9, which those would have been top end bridge deals because Willie Nee is like 8-8, right? Like he's paid well. They're like, now it's a deal, but it's like, so if those guys are there, you've got $6 million more to spend on guy. And then I think that Tavares was a bad deal for Dubas, but let's say you have Tavares. If you have Marner and Matthews making $4 million less towards the cap, you keep Zach Hyman. I just wonder, man. I feel like that team is in better shape. I felt like last year you had a better chance to win. That's all I'm saying. Like, I just think Dubas now again, he couldn't predict the pandemic either, but he should not have given those players those deals when he gave them to them because they were unproven. Now they're proven. Now they've obviously played into those contracts. And it's unfortunate, dude, because like all the NHL players are grossly underpaid. I mean, the league minimum should be $2 million for how much money the owners make off these guys' backs. You know, so I'm with you.
Well, they thought Nylander was overpaid when he gave him 6-9, and
now he's awesome
for a bit.
Now that's
awesome for that. And
that's
what happened was they should have sat Marner down and not allowed him to play instead of him dictate how much he was going to get paid because he's an RFA at that point. You could have still sat him for the whole year and not play hockey at all. Instead, they jumped and they gave him that money.
Well, they overpaid Matthews too, though. I mean, I think does Matthews worth what he gets paid right now? He's one of Harden and Richards and all that. Yes, without question, he is. But because where the salary cap is. So that's
the timing of those contracts just lined up for the players, and Toronto had to basically sit them down, and they didn't. They didn't.
But I'll tell you right now, if I'm Matthews, I take what I make right now.
He should.
If you want to win, now I heard 12-7 would be acceptable. And Kipper.
Yeah, it's going to be It's going to be 13.
If it's 13, I think that's a good deal. I think that's a good deal for the Leafs, especially
it's
if they
gonna
can
be.
figure out it. If they get him at 8 for 13, that's a good deal.
It's going to end up there, but Matthews' agent's going to start at 14, 15 just to be like
No, 13
that.
is
And
fine.
then but they're not going to give him that. 13 is where they're going to end up.
Maybe 13-1, 13. What's McKinnon making?
McKinnon's okay. McDavid's 12.5. McKinnon's 12.6. Matthews should be 12.7.
It'll be 13.
That's the precedence of the deal. McDavid got the first big deal. McKinnon's is next year. I'll tell you what, Colorado's going to be hamstrung with that McKinnon deal too. Hey, we're back, by the way, in the third. 19:50 to go. Vegas on the power play, obviously. Again, if this game ends tonight with Florida losing,
it's
any live bets
the
in the
series
third
is
night
over.
or what?
Which the only thing I'm happy about.
My live bet is Vegas minus 0.5.
What do you think of the Kono jersey?
The period spread? Vegas minus 0.5 in the period, Perlo?
Yeah, third period.
That's an easy one, though. They just get the empty netter and it's game over.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they're out playing them all day.
I feel bad for our boy Singsy, though. He had the over in this game. Shout out Singsy. I hope you.
So did I. I had the over for a little bit too, but not much.
No, I didn't touch the total in this game.
Yeah. It's so hard with the finals. I thought a low-scoring game actually favored Florida. So if this ends up being 3-2 Florida, which is what we need as fans, like I just want to see some more.
Let's try this up. Let's try this up, boys.
Yeah, let's make it a series, man. I mean,
Vegas is all over them, dude. Like all over them. They've got very little left. They don't know what to do. Vegas it's over. It's over.
Man.
It's over.
They miss Luosterainen. Gudas is not healthy, and that Florida team they're not deep enough to overcome the thing. I will say this though.
They don't have anywhere near enough speed to beat Vegas.
I really should have
Toronto Vegas final.
I wish Hornquist was healthy for them. I'd like to see him in the
Horny.
Yeah,
but he's not very fast.
Stanley Cup winner.
Yeah. Yeah, when the Penguins went back to back there, Horny played a big role.
He's not very fast either, so.
No, but he brings that. I'm gonna sit in front
like that Thomas Holmstrom kind of type.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're
except for more physical. I think even and that's saying something because Thomas Holmstrom was
like if Holmstrom and Johan Franzen had a kid.
Hey, speaking of Johan Franzen, we didn't talk about it tonight. What do you guys think of the Mike Babcock hire in Columbus?
Oh,
I think it's
you know what? They'd probably rather have Babcock than Tortorella, like as the players as of like a little bit of leeway off the leash a little bit type thing.
I think Torts players love him. I think that's a misconception in Canada, man, because I have never heard one player say
guys like Kevin Hayes don't like Torts, and he's the highest paid player on the team.
Kevin Hayes is a lazy ass.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's widely considered one of the most
overrated.
He's very good. I love him.
But he's overrated for what he's making.
I would take him on my team tomorrow, but he is
for $4 million.
He's a third line.
He makes like 7.
I know.
He's a third line center getting paid almost top line center money.
I don't hate
Kevin
Hayes or John Tavares.
No, Kevin Hayes. Well,
John Tavares, yeah. But anyways, what were we saying about? It was about Philly.
You're right. If you could get John Tavares if you could get John Tavares off your books for Kevin Hayes, the Leafs would do it tomorrow, and you'd love Kevin.
Of course.
He'd be one of the most popular Leaf players since Doug Gilmour. I'm telling you, the guy is an awesome player. I love him.
He just needs to be on a contending team, maybe.
He's a locker room guy.
To be on a good team. Kevin
Hayes
isn't the type of guy you build around. I think he's a good piece to be on a good team.
He's a third line
center on a Stanley Cup winning team. I agree with
for sure. Absolutely. He's like a Ryan O'Reilly.
No,
except for Ryan O'Reilly is like so much better physically on the defense.
O'Reilly is better than.
But I would say Kevin Hayes is.
You think O'Reilly's better than Kevin Hayes, like right now?
Kevin Hayes has got a slick pass in the offense.
He's very good offensively. Yeah.
He's very good. He's got a slick pass in the offensive zone. You can't beat him up. You got to like lift him up.
Yeah, he's a physical guy. He's a big dude too, by the way. If you look at his height, weight, like, and he's a good face-off guy too. So like, there are things to like. I like his game. Like, he would fit in with Ovechkin's vibe. We're not winning another Stanley Cup anyway.
Yeah, so I agree. Washington would be a good.
I would love to.
Washington would be a good player.
Oh, he would
if we can get Anthony Manthas off the book, if I'm Brian McCullen, I'm trying to get Kevin Hayes for Anthony Mantha right now. And I think
well, you're gonna have to add Washington.
No, I don't think so. I think Philly wants to get rid of Hayes that bad. They tried to trade him and Van Riemsdyk at the trade deadline.
You might see Kevin Hayes go at the draft. You know.
No, he's gone. I'm telling you, this is going to be the most. This is going to be I'm going to be fishing in the chit, and I'm going to be so disappointed because I'm going to miss everything from the draft because I don't get cell service.
Mantha is a problem.
Yeah, but they want to trade Kevin Hayes. They're trying to dump everything. Mantha has 1 year left on his deal, by the way. That's all I'm saying. You're swapping salaries, and you get the Kevin Hayes term off your deal, and the Caps can take it. Because they're going to have Backstrom's probably not coming back. So
actually, that's a good point. They can get Mantha off the
books. Washington only needs to get Mantha off their tracks this year, and then he's gone anyway, so it's fine. They just need him this year if they're going to compete and put together a team. That's why I like Kevin Hayes, or I like Nick Schmaltz, but they're not going to. Arizona's not going to trade Nick Schmaltz for Mantha. We're going to have to give up like Hendrix Lapierre or Connor McMichael or one of our young talents for a guy like Schmaltz. But I would take Schmaltz on the Caps too. He's another guy I'd like if you could pick somebody in realistic reason to be on your team, Rico, that the Leafs could trade. Like, let's say you trade Marner. Like I heard today from Kipper and them guys. If you traded it like Marner or Nylander or Nylander Marner for Saros and your Roman Yossi, would you take that trade?
Oh, there's no way that Nashville's going to make that trade.
Yeah.
Well, Nashville's in the rebuild mode now too, so I don't give a shit. I am not making that trade. No way.
Yeah, no the thing. Way. Yeah, if Yossi was right-handed, maybe. If
would you trade Saros for Marner tomorrow? Saros for Marner. Yeah, Not if I'm
if you're Toronto or Nashville.
If you're Toronto and Nashville has agreed to the deal.
Oh, Toronto, I would do that.
Saros? I would probably do that.
Absolutely.
I think if you're Nashville, you take Marner for Saros.
Dude, that's
they have Askarov. They have Askarov in their thing. He's ready to come up now.
Do it.
No, he's not ready yet. He's not ready yet. He's not even.
He was in the quarterfinals of the AHL. He's ready.
No, he's not. He's not ready yet. You watch. He's not ready. 3
Well, but if you can get Saros at term, this is what you're doing with the Leafs. You're getting a goalie for 2 or 3 more years at like nothing.
I'd take that all day long.
If I'm Toronto, I do that all day.
Yeah, and then you're not going to trade Wall. You're going to keep him. Samsonov, you can't trade because he's a UFA. So I kept hearing that. Like I'm like he's
I
can't trade him. He's a UFA.
No.
They'll bring him back. I think if they don't get a Saros, if they don't get a Hellebuck, or they don't get, I'll tell you that. Hey, Perlo, I didn't finish the 2. Let's go back to the goalies. Hellebuck is going to cost a lot, but he's only got 1 year left on the deal. So the only way he goes anywhere is if he signs the extension. The Carter Hart thing, and I'm not hearing this from anywhere, but I did hear Steve Dangle's podcast talk about it today. Carter Hart is going to be named in that 2018 investigation to Team Canada, I believe. And this is why teams are not trading for him.
Oh, really?
I think that's the case. Legit.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
I've read and what I've heard, there's the elephant in the room, and they talked about it. I think his name is going to be named in this thing, and I think he's going to be untradeable.
And whoever's blacklisted in that list, do you think they'll never get an NHL job again?
No.
Because there was a lot of good players on that team, man, that have contracts currently too.
Mm-hmm.
But Yeah, and you know what? That could have affected Carter Hart's performance too, because he hasn't been the best goalie in the last little while either.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Toronto's gonna make it a big, or the NHL's gonna make it a big issue, and then they're gonna shuffle it under the carpet, and everybody's gonna be fine. That's what's going to happen, and then they're going to change
the Canada hockey money's going to come in, then the NHL money's going to come in, and somebody see it, like you said, it's going to get brushed under, or it doesn't.
Yeah, they will.
I don't know about this one, guys. Now look, it's going to get zero to little coverage here in the U.S. probably, but it's going to get. I think it's going to get a lot of coverage in Canada.
That already is. It already is.
That's why.
And he was one of the guys that didn't come out and say it wasn't me either. Wasn't.
I'm just gonna tell you, like this sound, everything. Because listen, what first of all, Philly, before
you go on,
4 or 5. Hold on. Let me finish this statement before I fucking forget. If you're Philly, you're rebuilding, okay? But why would you train a 24-year-old goalie that you have RFA for? You got goalie good for 30 until he's 33.
Because Hart wants to go.
Yeah, no, I got you. I'm saying you're not going to trade him in normally. If the goalie is under investigation and could get blacklisted from, I'm not saying
or maybe they know who he is by now. By 24, maybe they've seen his skill set and they're like, let's get rid of him now for something.
So let me just say this. I had Carter Hart on my fantasy team, and he kept me alive the first half of the season. He was awesome.
His expected goals against was amazing the first time.
And he was not good at the end of the year. But the problem is now, and we all know this, you cannot, because there's too many back-to-backs. There's all these fucking travel, blah, blah, blah. You got concerts and NBA games to bounce around. Mm-hmm. Okay, we all talked about pushing the season up. I'd like it to start in middle September. We should not play a lick of preseason. And, just whatever, start the season earlier. But he was incredible this year. He was not great in the second half of the season, but I think it's because Philly overplayed him, but they had no choice because they didn't have anything else. Now they got Cal Peterson. They were able to eat that contract. So if I'm Philly, I'm not trying to trade him. Now, I'm saying, we don't know. They're listening to offers on everybody. If I'm Philly, I'd probably trade Konechny. The JVR's a UFA, so they don't have to trade him anymore. Kevin Hayes, I would definitely try to get off my books because you're not going to be competitive. And so that's what I'm saying. I would take Kevin Hayes for Anthony Mantha. That'd be a great trade for them because they're going to have Mantha for 1 year. No big deal. If Mantha balls out and plays, if Mantha was ever going to be a good player, he's going to be a good player under John Tortorella. And like I said, I know you guys have a different opinion of Canada. Perlo, I know you like him, but I'll just say this. I've never heard, find me an account of one player bad-mouthing John Tortorella. They love him. Now, you can find plenty of accounts of players bad-mouthing Mike Babcock. Was the original thing of this whole statement. By the way, Florida is going to be on the power play. Jack Eichel in the box. And they need this goal huge. But here's what I'm saying. What were we talking about? I fucking went blank. I went blank because I went over to the thing. No, the Babcock hiring in Columbus. Sorry, I apologize. Yeah. What do you think about the Babcock hiring? Especially you, Rico, because he was your coach. And the reason he got fired was because the Bill Peters stuff happened. And then, we heard the shit about Marner. And then Franzen does the article in the Swedish newspaper where he's like, he's the worst human being. But I'm saying, I've never heard any of that from Tortorella's players. Ryan Callahan talks glowingly. All these guys talk glowingly of John Tortorella. Vinny LeCavalier would not have a Stanley Cup. It wasn't John Tortorella. Marty St. Louis talked glowingly. I hear nothing but good things about John Tortorella, but that he's painted so negative in the media up there, especially in Canada. As I hear it from the Canadian pundits. I'm like, what are they talking about? I've never heard a player. But Mike Babcock, Canadian, by the way, Tortorella's American if you didn't know. I've heard tons of bad shit about players. Like Mike Commodore wants to fucking kick Babs in the face.
Commodore's got a problem, dude. To be that upset about, he's just playing a victim.
It's because he lied to him, though, bro. If he was honest with him, I don't think he would have cared.
I don't know. All I know.
I want Commodore's side on this one.
All I know is that Babcock is either a really good talker or he's really changed his ways, and we'll see what happens.
Well, who's been out of the game longer, Tortorella or Babcock? Babcock.
Tortorella's is the coach of the Flyers, dude.
No, but I mean in between jobs, like
he hasn't
left for a long time.
Tortorella's never been out of the game at all.
Job. Exactly.
Tortorella is the best. Tortorella and Trotz are the best coaches of this generation. Maybe Cooper.
Yeah, I think Tortorella's a Hall of Famer too. I love John Cooper too. I think Trotz is a Hall of Famer too. I like
Babcock had to leave the game for a while. Babcock couldn't get a job anywhere. He left the game for a while, even though he was still getting paid by Toronto.
He didn't have to get a job because Toronto was paying him.
No, I know.
They still paid him until the end of this month. Did you know that?
Yeah. That's when I finished my sentence. I said, even though he's getting paid by Toronto, he was fine with not coaching in the league. So obviously the money was there, and Tortorella, he had the passion too, right? He just seems a little more passionate, a little more personable, but you got to play for him. You got to play for Tortorella. If you're not going to play the right way and do the old New York Rangers block 120 shots a week, you're not going to be there.
Well, with the New York Rangers, he realized that his defense was not good at possession, so
I thought he was great with Columbus.
He turned him into the best shot blocking team that has ever existed. Ever.
Yeah, I think Columbus.
Well, it was Torts in Columbus when they beat the Leafs and they beat Tampa in separate playoffs.
Yes. I think Columbus was his best coaching job ever, and he won a Stanley Cup with Tampa Bay. So
no, I say Tampa Bay. I say Tampa Bay.
No.
Oh, you had LeCavier and Richards and St. Louis and the boys there.
Well, I'm telling you my opinion. I'm telling you my opinion. The best coaching job John Tortorella. Oh, Jack Olson said this series is over. I'm telling you my opinion is his best coaching job was while he's with the Columbus Blue Jackets. He had less talent. That Tampa Bay team was super talented. They had Marty St. Louis, Vinny LeCavalier, Brad Richards. They had a ton of good players.
Yeah, but their defense was bad. Even Feaster, their general manager, said that they were 2 to 3. Jay Feaster said they were 2 to 3 pieces away from coming close to winning a cup before the season.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, they were.
And they were. And no, he wasn't wrong.
I said before the Giants won the Super Bowl in 2007, we should fire the head coach and trade, and we won the Super Bowl.
Feaster was right. Tortorella was a genius in that series. Absolutely genius.
I'm just saying. I'm telling you.
That team never should have won a cup. Never should have won a cup.
And I like what he did with Columbus. And I think he's going to do even better job with Philly.
I do too.
But he's never going to see it to fruition. He'll never see it to fruition, though. But his stamp will be all over the 2027, 2028. Actually, he's got 4 years left on his deal. So I'll go 2029.
He'll win a cup in Philly. I'll place a bet on that. He'll win a cup.
I don't think he will. I think he, because he's involved in the team form. It sounds like he's advising the GM with Briere and stuff too. That's what I've heard from Frank Saravalli's in Philly.
For sure.
So
Jones, those were two hires that basically are supposed to do what Tortorella wants them to do. And if that's the case, within 5 years, they'll be a cup contender.
Yeah, but he only has 4 years left on his deal, bro. So he'll be gone, and he's not a young man. No. He's not a young man. I think he'll be like the AGM if he's still involved. But I would love to. Hey, by the way, can we agree? Can we agree that I'm so sorry, guys. I blanked out. Rico, you're muted. You muted. You got to unmute.
Who wins a cup first, Washington or Philly?
Well, Washington
won that. Philly all day.
Philly I mean, once Ovechkin retires, the Caps have got to go like hardcore rebuild.
Philly will win a cup before Washington, no doubt about it. That's a great way to go. Give me some more of those. That's cool. I
like the Spencer Carberry hiring though, and I like what I think Washington, just if they could get some tweaks, if we could get a Schmaltz, if we could get a Kevin Hayes, if Backstrom comes back healthy, if TJ Oshie could play a season. I don't hate the Caps, man. Like, they're not that far off.
They're not winning a cup.
Who wins a cup first, the Islanders or the Rangers?
Oh, I think the Rangers would be the choice. I think the Islanders are going to age out quick.
The way they're going right now, neither one, but I would pick the Islanders over the Rangers the way they're going right now.
Interesting.
But neither one of them will win. No way. Not the way they're going right
Gudas
now.
And Barbashev. Boy, Barbashev was a big pickup for them. What a hit by Jack Eichel on White.
There's a good question. Where do you think Barbashev's
Oh.
going to end up?
He's going to make some money.
Oh, he just made himself $5 million a year, probably. I would not be shocked if he got a 3x5.
Yeah, for sure.
I would take him
totally.
on my team tomorrow.
My guess is he goes to Detroit. So does DeBrincat.
Can you imagine? Yeah, I think DeBrincat should go. I think Ottawa should trade DeBrincat. I think Ottawa's making mistakes.
They have no choice but to trade.
And where's Pierre-Luc Dubois going? Pierre-Luc Dubois wants out, and he's like a Kachuk guy now. He said he wants out.
If I'm Shovel Day off, I trade Pierre-Luc Dubois to Arizona for Clayton Carroll, and you might be able to get it done.
No, you're not getting that. No. Because he's going to Montreal for.
Why would Montreal trade for him? Why would Montreal trade?
He's not going to. So you're only going to sell him. You're selling him as.
By the way, I want to ask you guys this. I want both your opinions. When have you ever heard in the history of hockey a 24-year-old player who's requested to be traded twice? And that's PLD right now.
Yeah, man. That's all I'm saying. Either he's the cancer in the room, but the shit was going on in Winnipeg before he got there. But he seems like he needs to be on a contending team. And I don't know,
he was going to Montreal.
Winnipeg wasn't a contender.
He was going to Montreal the whole time. They traded him to Winnipeg. He said, okay, cool, I'll go there. But he was going to Montreal the whole time. So, I mean, he didn't request to be traded. He told them, I'm going to Montreal. That's it, period.
Yeah, you think he's a bit of a homer? He'd rather not go to Columbus.
I think he's a Malcolm fan, and I think he wouldn't like it in Montreal. I
don't agree. It's his hometown team, and that's where he wants to play. That's it.
Isn't his father involved in the Winnipeg coaching?
Yeah, they are. So he got to go.
He doesn't want to be there. I'm sorry.
Well, wait. No. This is how cool it works out for guys like Dubois. They choose what they want, and then I'll go hang out with my dad in Winnipeg for a year. Sure, whatever. Send me there if you're going to get a good trade there. I'll do that.
But you could still trade him if you're Winnipeg, because some team can use rental for a year. Like throw him on.
They could.
Throw him on the Kings. You imagine that?
Well, he's doing Winnipeg a favor by saying he's not re-signed him right now. So now it's
I think he's doing
for him to train him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I wanted your guys' opinion.
Winnipeg is going to get a first-round pick for him, or something like that.
No.
Now Montreal
I will bet you right now $5 they will not get a first-round pick.
Yes, they will. They will get a first.
You mean at the trade deadline? If he's a trade deadline acquisition,
if they have to wait that long, but they're going to get a first. No doubt about it.
Winnipeg's going to be an interesting team this offseason. That's going to be one that the shit's going to fly at the draft table.
I think they should trade everything and start a rebuild.
They can't.
They need to.
That's the problem. They can't. Their market won't allow them to do that.
I think their market would be accepting of a rebuild at this point. They've run their competitive juices. They had their chances, and the best they ever did was make the conference finals. They need.
It's not the fans. It's not the fans. It's the sponsors.
Yeah, it's true, man. Winnipeg can't afford to be a bad team.
They can't.
I mean, they're going to have to be because they're going to be a bad team if they don't start the rebuild. They're going to be terrible next year.
They're going to be the Arizona of Canada, man.
They're going to be bad. No, I mean, that's literally
what Winnipeg has to sell right now is that we're going to be good to keep the sponsors, even though they know they're going to be bad. So I don't know how they're going to do that.
A haul for Hellebuck is what they need.
A big haul.
Where does Hellebuck go, though? I keep hearing Edmonton. Edmonton doesn't have the assets to trade. They're going to have to pay Bouchard.
And they got Campbell under contract. Get rid of that
Jack Campbell contract. Edmonton can't.
If it's a rental, if they can't find a team that's willing to pay what they're wanting to pay,
I don't think that happens.
If they can't find a team that, because he's going to know where he wants to go.
No team is going to trade for him, Perlo, if they don't have an extension in place.
Let's say what Buffalo will.
No, give me a break. No.
Buffalo will.
Why? Why would you give up a single asset for a guy who's going to be a UFA next year? No fucking way. Buffalo isn't right there.
Can I answer the question?
Yeah, answer the question.
He's never signing in Buffalo. Never in a million years.
From Minnesota, isn't he?
I don't care. There's going to be so many teams out there. There's no way. You might, if you have a great year and you make the finals, he might re-sign with you for sure. No doubt about it. But it's not his planned place to go at this moment. So if you're going to trade for him,
he's from Michigan, Commerce, Michigan.
Yeah. Detroit could be in there for sure. They could do some stuff like that, but they don't need to.
He's 30.
They could
30 though.
Yeah, but they can wait for him to be a free agent and work out a deal for him after that. They don't have to give a big haul. But Buffalo right now with Hellebuck, even if it's a rental, that team can do some damage, man. That team could do some damage. I think if you're going to get if you're going to get a rental price for Hellebuck, Buffalo is probably the team. But every other team is going to want term. Buffalo is the only team that'll do it for a rental.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, there's not a fucking chance in hell that nobody is trading for him without an extension agreed.
I don't agree.
No.
Well, there is a chance that he doesn't want.
If you're a fucking half-competent general manager in the NHL, which you should be, you're not trading big-time assets for Connor Hellebuck without an extension in place.
As a rental, only Buffalo would. Only Buffalo.
Why, though? They're not a contender next year.
They're
like 3 years away.
No.
I don't agree. They got Devin Levi. They don't need him. And they got
Levi.
Luka Pikkanen. I like what Buffalo has there. They let Ullmark walk. Hey, they let Ullmark walk for a reason. And Buffalo didn't want to be a playoff team this year, and they almost were. So I'm just telling you.
Levi is not ready yet. And if they think they're ready, I think that if they think they're ready right now, they don't want a goaltender for long term.
They got Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. They got They got Devin Levi. And they could still be. Well, I've heard that people think he could be a player too.
Good trade him because he's bad. He's not a good goaltender. Already,
Levi came in the last few games of the season and looked money.
Levi is better than Luukkonen already. No doubt about it. Yeah, he's right. But anyways, that's the only team I could see.
This is looking ugly, boys.
Maybe Pittsburgh.
445.
Yeah. Maybe Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh would go.
I keep hearing John Gibson's name. I think that's a mistake for anybody to trade for him. He's been awful.
Yeah, no, he hasn't been awful. His team has been terrible.
No, he's been awful. Mike McKenna, goaltending whisperer, I call him. He's been awful. And he's been bad positionally. I think his prime, he's one of those guys that hit his prime young, and it's unfortunate he was on.
No, I think he's a guy that just got tired from taking all the pucks that he was taking and just said, that's it.
I think that's the way he liked to play, and that's why he was good, because he was one of the best goalies in the league but he's been around a long time.
What do you think? Rico? What do you think?
What about Gibson?
Yeah.
Well, they were talking about him going to Pittsburgh. You never know. The guy
He's
deserves
from
a
there.
different
He's
life.
from there, that's why.
He's been in the same team his whole career, and he has been getting shelled. Who do you have in front of you? Kevin Shattenkirk? I think if he moves somewhere,
by the way,
I think he'd be all right. I don't think he's got the hype that he was when he came into the league. Didn't he win the World Juniors when John Carlson scored on Canada to win USA against Canada? Wasn't that the US goalie?
How good did he do in that? That game was like 7-6 or something.
I know.
He's a hell of a lot better than Jari, for sure. No doubt.
Well, okay. If I'm Pittsburgh, you got Jari's a UFA. You're gonna try to. Okay, so you don't. Jari's a UFA. They're gonna probably let him walk, right? Mm-hmm. So, are you going to try to trade for John Gibson? And if you do, what do you have in your farm system? They have one of the worst farm systems because Rutherford traded.
Oh no.
Gibson would probably be a good goalie on Colorado or somewhere. He'd probably be a good goaltender.
Yeah,
not somewhere else where he's going to lead the team to the Stanley Cup.
At this point, they would have to give up a fairly bad contract like Granlund, and then whatever they can scrape up for picks for Gibson and Jari. Well, Jari's a free agent, so it doesn't matter. So
I mean, Jari, they're not bringing back, I don't think.
That's basically what they would have to give up. They'd have to give up whatever they can scrape up for prospects and picks and Granlund. And I think Anaheim might even go with that, to tell you the honest.
Boys, the only thing that will make me happy about this series ending in a sweep is that we're not getting hockey in like the 20th of June. But I am a little disappointed if this ends with a Vegas victory that we're having kind of a lame-ass Stanley Cup final as a hockey fan. But happy for Vegas. You know, like their owner said it would take him 6 years, and here they are. You know, good for them. I mean, there's nobody really – like Mark Stahl was the kind of – for me, the guy I was like, oh, that's the one guy I wouldn't mind seeing. He probably deserves to see the Cup. But I don't know, man. Florida, I don't think is far off. Like they just need to. If they get stuff figured out, they're going to be eating shit for a couple of years here. But I think they're not that far away, and that they could be.
They need defense, something fierce.
Well, and if Bobrovsky's contract's going to come off, they're going to have that, and then, you know, if Spencer Knight ever figures it out, you know, that's a big question. Whatever's going on with Spencer there. That's why I'm telling you this Carter Hart thing, man. There's more than beats the eye, because to me, if I'm a general manager and I had a choice between Hellebuck or Carter Hart, it's not even close. I'm taking Carter Hart. Carter Hart's younger. He's got RFA status, and he's going to be cheaper. And I think his ceiling is way higher than Hellebuck ever. And Hellebuck's won the Vezina twice.
What do you mean, Hellebuck in his career or from now on?
Yeah, because Carter Hart's 24 years old, man. Hellebuck's 30. Hellebuck's on the backside of his career.
Yeah, you're talking about
anybody. I would have.
You're talking about Hellebuck from now on.
No, what I'm saying is, right now, if I'm a general manager, I could trade for Hellebuck or Carter Hart today. Not fucking anything hypothetical. I'm trading for Carter Hart.
Well, it would depend. It would depend on what it would depend on.
No, I'm trading for Carter Hart long term. I'm trading for Carter Hart.
Let's put it this way. No, short term. If I'm LA, I'm trading for Hellebuck.
Yeah, if you don't have to give shit up for him and there's no extension,
I'm giving a shitload up for him.
This is bad, guys. 251 left.
Because his time, Hellebuck's time is now. Carter Hart, you're gonna have to work with that dude. But if you're LA, do you think your time is tomorrow and there's no other time? Yes.
No, hey, I would much rather have Carter Hart there.
You know who's going to be more upset if this series ends in 4 than us? Is fucking the panel at TNT, knowing that they can't fly private jets from Miami to Vegas anymore.
Again.
Oh my God, Florida
Gretzky
scores.
Paid for that. Gretzky paid for it.
Florida scores.
Yeah.
Florida scores.
It's Gretzky's private jet.
No way. Yeah, I know.
Florida scores and ties it up. Wow.
Did they?
Yeah, Kachuk.
No way.
Yeah, empty net.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Sam
we're going
Bennett.
No. Yes.
We're going in overtime.
Oh my God! No! Kachuk! Yes! Let's fucking go!
Oh, look at Keith Kachuk up there, double fisting.
Walt, fuck yeah, buddy! He's got like a bourbon in one hand and a beer in another. One bourbon, one scotch, one beer with old Walt. I mean, man, I love Keith Kachuk, bro. One of my favorite players of all time, man.
Oh yeah.
I got the Kono jersey on tonight, but I wish I had a Keith Kachuk. Oh, are they going to review this? Oh my God! Fuck off! What the fuck? What was not legit about this? Why are we looking at it? Oh, a high stick, maybe. No. Get the
offside.
fuck out of here.
If this is an offside,
a fucking no goal, the NHL is fucked. Give me a fucking break on this. It's a goal. Unless they're reviewing if it's a goal. It went off the camera.
Yeah, it's a goal. I went and saw Winnipeg Jets and Toronto Maple Leafs at Maple Leaf Gardens, and I remember number 7 when he just came into the league. I went to a game there as a kid, and Keith Kachuk just flying through the fucking middle of the ice, man, like a fucking brick shithouse with hands that saw the game, and I'm like, wow, this guy's fucking wicked.
Dude, I love Matthew Kachuk, dude, and I'll tell you right now, man, like, okay, did they give the goal to him? Fuck off, man. Like, give Perlo, you're ahead of us. What do we got here?
They dropping the puck, Perlo, or what?
Yep, they're dropping the puck.
Oh my God, what a fucking! I mean,
we got a series, boys. We got a series.
The worst thing the NHL ever did, man.
Ekblad got an assist. Fucker.
Did he?
I don't know. I need Eki. 2-2, boys. 2-2. We got OT.
You need Ekblad.
Oh, Ekblad got the assist. Ecker.
Oh, you parlay?
Yeah, buddy. Now I need the shots on goal parlay. So let this game go to overtime and let the shots flow.
It's going to overtime, bro. Yeah. I don't think there's any doubt about it. I'm gonna have to take another break. But I expect. Hey, by the way, guys, I said I was gonna stream as I told Singsy. I'm streaming for the game. I expected this game to go to overtime.
Let's do it. Dude, I got the fucking OT. I got the tie pregame. I got Ekblad. I got Reinhart under points. No points for Reinhart tonight. Beautiful.
You're gonna nail it. You're gonna nail it, Rico. You're hitting it. You're
love it.
Perlo, when's your birthday, man? We might have to send
September 12th.
We might
He's gonna send you a nice camera too.
Yeah. Watch. I might have to send because I sent Rico. Look at how good Rico looks, man. You look so good, man.
You sent him a camera? Really?
Yeah, for his birthday, yeah. It was not expensive, man. They're not
expensive. I paid $100 for this shit.
Less than that. I paid for Rico's 4K camera.
All right, Perlo, he loves you more. He's gonna get you a nicer one. You're gonna look better than I do.
But I paid less. I don't love him more. I don't think that's a fair assessment. I don't like him less, I'll say that, but I don't love him more.
Well, he's the original gangster with you, man. I just jumped on with you too.
No, but I mean, like, I knew him like I knew you. I mean, I will say this. Steve has my number. He can call me on my phone. So that's fair. But I could give you mine. I just, like, I don't know. There must be something about Ontario because Perlo's in Alberta. He doesn't have any problem calling me. My cousins who were in Alberta didn't have any problem calling me. When I talk to my boys in Ontario, like, we don't want to call you. WhatsApp or something. I'm like, okay, like,
WhatsApp, yeah.
I don't know. Like, dude, are you going to get billed out of the ass? It's like, I think it cost me nothing because Steph's family's from Canada, man. So I want her to be able to talk to her grandma and stuff. Like, So I think the plan we pay for, it's like, but I don't know what you guys have to pay if you get charged. So, like, it's so weird, man. I remember my grandparents were on a party line. You know what this is? A party line?
Heard of it.
So back in the day when this is so predates cell phones. Oh my God. Does Vegas get in a power play with 11 seconds to go? Dude, again.
Well, that was a trip.
It's 11 seconds, Perlo. You know they swallow the fucking whistles. Get the fuck out of here with this fucking garbage.
That is fucked up. Like, let the guys go into fucking overtime and play the goddamn game.
Trip. It's not an intentional trip. He doesn't intentionally trip him there. That's a fucking garbage call. Keep your goddamn whistle. It's not even a trip. He just trips over the guy.
You're right.
What
That
a
wasn't a
fucking
trip.
joke. NHL, what the fuck are you doing?
They should be able to review that like fucking the NBA, man. They should review that like the NBA, not a player's challenge. The fucking refs go to the booth and say, did I make that call right or did I fuck it up? You fucked it up.
Maybe that's the whole point here now.
My dog does not like
Maybe they're just trying to sell the review.
What a joke, bro. This should be a challengeable fucking penalty. If you're going to review everything, there should be a challengeable penalty. He clips his skate. This is not a penalty. You don't fucking call this. This is ridiculous. This is why I said the refs have been the fucking story. What a fucking joke.
That's not right, man.
You should be fucking embarrassed.
Now this goes into overtime, and everybody's going to fucking sit around for 35 fucking minutes while the overtime ice gets cleared, and you go back out, and you have your pep talk with the boys, getting ready for fucking overtime. Meanwhile, you're starting on a fucking penalty kill because of that garbage.
What a fucking joke. What a fucking joke. If you're in doubt, swallow the fucking whistle. It was not even a penalty.
And it didn't affect the play. It didn't affect the fucking play that much.
No, it didn't matter. That's why you swallow the whistle, because there's 11 seconds. No,
Maurice
this fucker wants on TV. He wants to be fucking famous like we want to be. What a
that
fucking
is a bad
joke.
Call.
I don't watch the game to see that fucking zebra call, a fucking shithouse call like that. What a goddamn fucking... He better call 3 penalties on Vegas that are remotely close to a penalty in the fucking overtime. He should be
even
embarrassed.
They need to even it out as soon as that fucking puck drops in overtime. They need to even out that call. As soon as a puck drops, you nullify that penalty.
Man.
They should be watching it in the intermission. When the refs are sitting around talking to each other, one's going to be like, was it that bad? Yeah, it was that bad. No, it wasn't. Let's look at it. Okay, started the overtime. Let's nullify it. Then. Even
I got a Logan Hacker. We got a caller. Logan Hacker. What's up, Logan?
All right.
He's
doing pretty good.
Fan.
How you doing, Jeremiah?
We're losing our fucking minds here, Logan. Sorry. Hope your parents are listening. Yeah. I absolutely terrible call. Like, absolutely terrible. Like, Logan being a Tampa Bay fan can attest that slash, which I didn't think needed to be called. I thought it was a dive, hit his visor anyway. But against Tampa, they probably could have called that, right? Guy's looking right. I don't want to make a call at the end of the game. He doesn't call it. I'm okay with it. Because if I'm a Tampa fan, which Logan is, by the way, Logan, I met John Cooper when I was there.
Bro, that's so cool. Yeah, I met him during the 2018 All-Star game. When it was hosted in Tampa. They had like a media event before the game. I went and met Hedman as well.
Rico's getting another beer. I'm going to take a quick break, but I didn't want to. Did you have a question? You're allowed. You can stay on. We're just doing.
Nah, I was just chilling. Didn't have a question.
Oh, okay. You just wanted to come on and chime in?
Yeah.
All right. How's the school year going? What are you, a senior this year?
I'll be a senior next year.
Okay. Going into your final
last
year.
day was May 26th.
Oh, nice. Right before my birthday, May 27th. Shout out.
Nice.
Cool, man. This is Perlo. You know Perlo Wisdom. I know you do.
Yeah,
he's a hot take. Logan Hacker is he's a mod. I think you're a mod for me. Are you, Logan? He's
not too sure.
He's a mod for like half the hockey channels. He's a diehard hockey fan, but he's a Tampa Bay fan, which, you know, life has not been tough for the Tampa Bay. I got boned out here. He does not like it when I get mad, but God, the officiating, come on, man. Like, you can't make that call. You gotta have situational awareness. Just like Rico, I'm gonna pop. Is that a Spit and Chicklets one?
No, I bought this at Bradford Greenhouses where I bought all my vegetables.
Oh, how's the garden coming in?
It's good, buddy. Looking good. I got cucumbers full of vitamins. It's growing.
Dude, we're doing that 10X thing. And so you send in your blood work and I think we just did the thing. And anyway, we just did the DNA portion first because it's like $600 a pop.
And it tells you what kind of food you should be eating for your body.
Yeah. So I'm. Have you seen Dana White? He's lost like 120 pounds. He can sleep now. He can think. He's focused and all that. So he looks like $1 million. And so I'm doing it. And but in the meantime, I'm still trying to clear all these trees that I had falled on my property. So it saved me about $1,700. But I've been clearing the property of trees, and it's just kicking my ass, bro.
Jeremiah, what is it called?
10X Health Systems. Check it out.
10X.
Bro. Yeah. No, the shit that's real expensive is like the red light therapy, like all this stuff. It's about $15,000 for all the like other stuff, but you can do their supplements and stuff like that too. So we're talking old stuff, Logan. This will be all. What are you planning on doing? You going to college? You going to military? What's your?
Yeah, I'll go to college eventually.
Yeah, smart man. Are you gonna go in Florida there? Because good God, there's
yeah,
shortage of good
I'll try to go to Florida.
That could be. You could go to worse place. I was gonna say you could go to worse places. I was like, I stayed. I stayed at Davis Island when I was there. Are you familiar? A lot of people in Tampa didn't know where it was.
I haven't been there. Like I've heard of it, but I haven't been there.
Well, that's why I imagine. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to throw it away, but it's a nice area, Tampa. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I stayed at this place called the Marisol that was built in like 1923, so it was really cool. Because in Alaska, where I live, there's no buildings that old. Florida's an old state. Like there's 300-year-old buildings there in some parts, like Savannah, Georgia, one of the oldest cities, and that was one that didn't get burned down in the Civil War either. Recommend Savannah if you ever get a chance, either of you guys. Perlo and Rico are from Canada, so Rico's in Ontario and Perlo's in Alberta. That's Perlo, right. You're originally an Ontario guy, right? You grew up.
Yep.
Yeah. So you migrated west. So, and then of course, you know me, man. I'm Alaskan, and I have cousins that are Canadian, but they're all Albertans. My cousins are all. Hey, so what are the two political parties in Canada? I know you guys just had your election. I just see a bunch of stuff on Twitter sometimes and I'm like, I don't know what this means. So it's CPA. It sounds like an accounting firm.
There's like the NDP and the Conservative and the Liberals. Then you got the Green Party, which were like the pot smokers.
They do nothing.
They're kind of getting a little bigger now.
It's those three. And as soon as the Liberals legalized pot, the Green Party basically was done.
Yeah, they'll be gone. You guys don't have legalized pot in Alberta? I thought it was legalized. I thought it was.
No. No, we're legal.
Is it Canada as a country? It's legal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was a countrywide thing. I wish the U.S. would just do that too. Like it makes no sense. Like I can go buy it legally in Alaska, but I go to Florida where Logan's at, and I have to pay a doctor $100 and be like, hey, I have hypertension and PTSD and
they haven't made it like recreational, but they've essentially just have it to where you can go to your doctor, tell them that you're stressed out or whatever it is.
You know what that is?
And they'll prescribe it to you.
You know what that is, Logan? You know what that is?
Is that right? Mm-hmm. Is it that easy?
Yeah. So I'm going to explain it to the Canadians. You know what that is?
Yeah.
If you're white, if you're white, you can smoke pot. If you're black, you're going to jail. That's literally Florida. Because typically black people are poor. They're not going to have a doctor. White people are going to have a doctor, have bennies and stuff. Like, it's just another way to assault the poor. It's like, come on, man. Like, if you're going to make it legal for people medicinally, just make it recreational. They already have proven that marijuana is not as harmful as like 90% of the. I mean, dude, they just went through a whole thing where people were like, yeah, I don't want to get a vaccine. So if you believe in not getting a vaccine, which, hey, I'm fine with, don't get a vaccine. I don't care. It should be your choice. It's your personal medical choice. I don't care. But I should also be allowed to smoke some weed if I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like it's all about, if you believe in personal medical freedom in one way, it should be the other. And I also think, like, there's a lot of things that grow on God's green earth that are meant for people to take. And there are a lot of things that are manufactured that you should never take. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but the only thing is with that is they have to find a way to make the people that are already making money illegally on weed be able to do it
Well, Perlo, let me tell you this though. I'm telling you. So here's
it's all
Hey, move
black
to something
market.
else. No, I'm telling you, because this. Let me just say this. This is numbers I know that are legit. You can look them up. When Colorado legalized it medicinally, which is what Florida has, and Logan representing Florida, and since we're watching Florida team in the Stanley Cup, it's sort of relevant to the conversation. But they estimated it cost like $20 million for the drug cartel in like that area of Colorado. So like they'll adapt, they'll sell meth, they'll sell some other drug. Right now, what the biggest problem in the US is China pharmaceutical companies are sending drugs to the Mexican drug cartel and they're bringing to the US like Percocet, Vicodin.
They're going to,
so
those that sell it, don't wait a sec. Those that sell it now are going to be the ones that sell it legally.
Yeah.
They're not getting rid of anything.
No. That's not happening in the States. That's the problem. So if they just legalized it all, they would actually probably cripple the drug cartel. But the problem is what's happening is the drug cartel wants to still make their money. So now they're selling like pharmaceuticals are really big now that's the drugs that are being sold. So they switch from selling weed, coke, and that stuff. Well, coke's making it.
Well, that and the pharmaceuticals are more addictive now, so that's why they're making those. They can make a higher profit.
You do know who owns Big Pharma, right?
Yeah, big pharma companies. Come on, what are we talking?
It's Big Pharma is owned by Black Market. The same people that are going to legalize it are the same people that are already giving you opiates and everything in a package legally. They're the same people. So it's the same people.
Story checks out, Perlo.
Why are there so many heroin addicts out there? Because they were given opiates legally until the point where they were addicted, and then they took them off because there's way much more money on the black market. It's the same people, man. Big Pharma is the black market. It is. And it's not going to change. So you get rid of the black market, you're giving more power. Here, what we did with marijuana, we just gave more power to those that were already doing it illegally before. That's all. Same shit.
Yep. So, hey, overtime's coming up.
Right.
We should wait for Jeremiah to get his butt back in here, but we should do our overtime picks.
Okay. What do you got? Overtime.
Well, we gotta do the draft order.
I'll go Riley Smith.
Okay, Perlo, your second draft. Take any player on either team. You draft second to win the OT winner.
Who's going to score? Either team?
Yeah. Your second pick overall. Logan got first. He took Riley Smith.
I'm going to take Verhaeghe.
All right.
Good pick.
I'm going to take Tkachuk just because I want him to win it.
Yes, buddy. Okay.
We gotta wait for Beard to come back so he has a 4th pick overall, or we go back and we just give him 2 to pick any. So okay, he's not back. So Logan, go ahead, take your second. You got to go on the other team now, though.
Oh, okay, I do. Lusterinen, E2 Lusterinen guy.
Is he playing tonight?
Isn't Lucerinen hurt? He's out.
He's
out,
okay,
bro.
He's out.
Okay, no, wait. Okay, pause. Jeremiah, you got your pick. There was Riley Smith.
It's Florida. It has to be Florida. I just heard Anson Carter say, like, if they don't win it. I'm going to go Matt Tkachuk. Did anybody pick Matt Tkachuk?
I did.
Yeah, we already got him.
Oh, okay. I'll go. You know who I'll go? Rico, don't get mad at me. Sam Reinhart.
Oh my God!
Because Rico has Sam Reinhart, no points.
All right.
Ekholm. Yeah, no. Rico, I'll go Lamborghini. I'll go Lamborghini. I'll go Ryan Lomberg. I love Ryan Lomberg. Hot Take Hockey and I big.
Oh, you're gonna take Lomberg in overtime? That's cool.
Yeah. Why not? I don't pick the obvious. He picked Kachuk. I would. That's who my pick was. I'm gonna go Lombard. How about do we pick 2 or we just pick the 1?
Yeah, well, we picked 2, 1 from each team. So now Logan gets to pick 1 from Florida.
All right.
Because he took Riley Smith.
I'm gonna take Jack Eichel from Vegas. I'm just calling it.
Fuck, you're out of order.
Jack Eichel.
Yeah,
Interesting.
You're the host. You're the anchor from Anchorage.
I'm not sure who I want to
You
pick
do
for
what
the
you want.
Panthers.
Come on, Logan. Verhage. He's a former Tampa Bay guy. That's
Yeah, but
I
it feels
already-
like he's
I already-
been scoring
I
a
already
bunch
took-
already in
Perlo took for
overtime.
Hagee.
I
So I feel like
already
the odds
took
are kind of
Verhage.
lower for him to score again in
took-
overtime. I'll
I
go
took
Duclair.
Verhage.
And he said Duclair. Who do you got? Perlo?
Okay, I took Verhage because you just had a baby with his wife.
That was
and-
Montour, I think.
Yeah, it was Montour.
No, it was for
This
Helgi.
isn't the
Montour,
93 lease here.
bro.
Nobody's having kids
Montour.
with each other's wives.
It was Montour. Montour just had
Oh.
the baby like yesterday or 2 days ago. He had to
Get
fly
out
from,
of here.
he had to, yeah, Montour is look it up. Montour had to fly from
I saw
Florida
that.
and then fly back to play in game 3.
I
His
saw
wife
that.
had the baby. It's Brandon Montour. Sorry, buddy.
Why did I think it was Verhage?
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
I don't
Wrong
know,
wife,
man.
buddy.
I don't
Wrong
know
life.
what drug.
I don't know what
drugs-
you're listening
what
to.
drugs
or
you
what kind of
on?
inside
What drugs
scoop
you
got.
on there in Alberta?
I'll look it up. Anyways, so I got to
It's
take
Montour. We're all telling you it's Montour. You're
Yeah, it's
wrong,
Montour.
bro.
Okay, who
I
you
got-
got from Vegas, Perlo?
I got to take a player from Vegas.
Yeah, well, you took for Hagee, right?
All right. So I'll take Stevenson.
All right, I got Marchessault.
Stevenson.
I got Marchessault.
Oh, that's a good one too. If
Marchessault
Marchessault
and
scored
Kachuk.
this
It's Conn
game-
Smythe.
so
Conn
if
Smythe.
March-
if he wins
yeah,
it.
he scores
Yeah,
this one.
buddy,
He's
for
Conn
sure.
Smythe. He's not Conn
Yeah.
Smythe yet.
I think he's Conn
Right.
Smythe already, in my
I
opinion.
think so.
I think he's
yeah.
over Eichel right now.
But like
And-
Jeremiah said, that Eichel slid that over to Marchessault earlier, so he's
Yeah,
matching
I
up
mean,
with
you
him.
got to get the pass to score the goal. That pass from Eichel was incredible. He's not getting the. I think Eichel is a bigger favorite than people are giving him credit for, but Marchessault might win it.
All right, who do you got
Marchessault should
for
win.
who do you got for Vegas, Jeremiah?
I said Eichel.
Eichel. Okay, good. All right,
Yeah.
let's go. Here we go.
Yep, OT man, but on the power play.
But a fucking
I
power.
feel like my
play.
TNT is always
Yeah.
just behind. They just drop puck. Stone
Yeah,
back
at
to-
Are you on
1940.
stream? Are you
87.
on stream though? Are you on stream? You're in Florida. How are you behind us?
I'm
I
on
don't know,
stream.
it
I'm at
just seems like the
1932.
TNT. I'm not watching from cable directly. That's the
You're
thing.
about 10
Me
seconds ahead
neither.
of me.
I'm on the
Rico.
TNT website. Signed
Yeah.
in through like
I'm
Fire
on
Stick.
Hulu watching on.
I'm on
Wi-
I'm on some Russian pirated website.
Oh, are
Never mind, I
you?
said that.
W.
Not on air. No, never mind. No, I'm on CBC.ca.
Come on,
Stop.
man. Kill this fucking
I just
bullshit.
saw Kevin Bieksa and the
Eichel.
boys on the panel.
If
Back to
one
Theodore.
fucking
Shot.
play,
Eichel.
Vegas
Eichel with
does.
it. Back to Theodore.
Perlo, try to hold your excitement if they score, man.
Eichel.
Let the anchor from Anchorage do the goal call.
My clock's
hope-
at 19.
I
I'm
hope
at
Florida scores,
1845.
What?
Even
Yeah.
though
1845.
Yeah.
even though
Jeez.
Vegas is my live bet on this, I hope Florida scores because
Well,
I
what a
want more.
fucking
Yeah.
joke of the power play, right? How
Yeah.
wrong would it be if they scored again?
Absolutely.
shitty fucking,
It'd be fucking shit.
fucking
Absolute shit.
horrible if they
I'm
I'm
scored
gonna
on
be
hate
the power
completely
play.
honest. I didn't see the call. I haven't been
Oh,
watching because
hey,
I just got
Logan,
back from the
It
Spider-Man
was a
movie.
joke, bro. He tripped over the guy's
Oh.
skate. They called it tripping. It was a
It
joke.
was
It was
really
not
bad.
a
It was
penalty
bad,
in
especially
the
with 11
regular
seconds.
season, let alone
Yeah.
it was not a penalty. Literally was.
I tripped somebody at the bar fucking drunk and they still didn't spill their drink. That
Yeah.
looked
Yeah,
like
that's about what it was. Yeah.
It was a joke, bro. I don't know why I can't go full screen with the 4. I think if I take the banner off, but I don't want to. Let me. I'll take the banner off. Let's see. Okay, yeah.
You've
All
been live for 3 hours. Jeez.
Yeah, I knew we would be because I thought it
Yeah,
would go
buddy.
to overtime.
We started at 6.
We got the best in the business here, man.
Yeah,
What, Rico or Perlo?
All of
Logan
you.
Hacker. Oh yeah, everybody. Yeah.
Logan's got the John. Hey, by the way, John Cooper, fucking great guy. Summers is probably there now. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Coeur d'Alene, which is I'm kind of close to where I grew up in Montana, so spent a lot of time in that area of.
That's right. You did grow up in Montana. I've actually been to Montana and Idaho.
Yeah,
I went
Coeur
to
d'Alene.
Billings.
Oh God, that's not Montana, bro. That's Eastern. That's nothing like where I grew up. Yeah. Here. I'm gonna take it. This is what I grew up looking like, and that's outside my window now. So
The country.
no,
the
man.
frontier.
That picture you just saw is from my house right here in Anchorage, where I live. There's 350,000
Nice.
people here. Yeah. That's why I said, Rico, I am going to get out to see you, man, in Toronto. I mean, you're in Barrie, but I am going to get out to see you, man. I keep telling my boy Hot Take Hockey I'm going to make it out there. And Kipper owes me a little Buddha. I've talked to him. He's like, yeah, let's do it. So I got to hang out with him now. I would like to see if I can get his producer, Sammy McKee. I'm working, dude. If next year the Sports Beard, we're gonna go full on. I'm gonna invest some money into this product and start pushing, like doing stuff I know I can do to get our little channel to grow here. And Perlo can have another window for his website and hopefully grab some guys, and you and I can have fun and just BS and enjoy, and hopefully gambling gets legal and we can have a good time with that.
This is my break from capping. I'm just going to talk hockey and I don't give a shit.
Yeah. No, yeah, but I don't mind hearing your bets, Perlo. Like if you got them ready to go, like I and you want to give them out, that's cool, man.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I just enjoy it's like when you're capping, it is work. It's fun work. It's nice just to watch
you do
a
it
game
for a living, don't you? Isn't it your job? Isn't it?
Yeah, it's my job. It's my job.
Yeah. So,
but it's fun. It's fun just to watch and talk hockey with everybody. I like that. Yeah.
Hey, Logan, did you see my reverse retro Tampa Bay jersey I got when I was there? You want to see it?
No, I did not. I saw on Twitter you got something from Spin Chicklets. It was like the black hat.
Yeah.
And the black
I'm wearing the hat.
sweatshirt.
Here, I got this jersey. What do you think?
Nice. Numbers? Hedman.
Oh, nice. That is nice.
Yeah. I wanted to get a Pat Maroon, but 77, I'll take it. Hedman, good player.
Should have gone Point.
Yeah, you know what, man? That's all they had was Hedman in the reverse.
All they had was Hedman.
Yeah. Point would have been sick too. I would have considered that too, 2-1, but yeah, no, couldn't get it. So do you play hockey? I never asked you before.
Nah, I did a little bit of street hockey at my school, and I like to mess around, but I don't play ice hockey or anything.
You play any other sports? Oh shit. Oh damn.
Soccer.
Oh wow, cool, man. Are you good? What do you think about
okay.
Messi? What do you think about Messi? That's pretty cool. Huh?
Oh yeah, that's actually pretty exciting. I mean, I'd like to try to find Orlando, Miami tickets.
Florida scores.
Shit. Perlo's ahead of us. We got a Florida goal, huh?
Huge, yeah, it's over. Florida wins.
Hold on. You're ahead of us. Okay, I got 15:38.
I got 15:49.
For Hagee.
Well, I think it might have been tipped in front by Kachuk. Kachuk is in front. It's game. Oh my God, we got a series. We got a series, boys. We got a series.
Verhaeghe scored it, man. I told you. Was it Verhaeghe
clean?
It was Verhaeghe, yeah. It was Verhaeghe.
Oh my God. This was a huge goal for them.
Was it Verhaeghe?
Fourth career overtime goal.
Yeah, it was
I
for Hagee,
said
for
for you
sure.
to pick for Hagee, Logan. I should have taken for Hagee.
Let's see. Did it
I
go
took
off Barkov's
Lamborghini.
stick? Did it go off Barkov's stick?
I thought it went
No,
off.
it was
Kachuk's
straight
stick.
in. Straight in for Hagee. That was my
Kachuk
best bet.
provided the screen in front of Aiden Hill. Didn't see it at all. He never
That
saw
was
the
my
shot.
that was my best bet for the night for Hagee to
He
score
never
a goal.
saw the shot, bro.
At plus
He
140.
never saw the shot. Wow, we have a series. Thank God. I ordered some Florida jerseys in May. Perhaps I'll be here before the thing is over.
I still think Vegas wins in like 5 or 6.
Well, now
I'm
we
not
know we
sure.
have a game 5, right? So we have at least
I'm
a
not
game
so
5.
sure. I mean, yeah,
Oh no. Sorry about that, guys. The mama's home. Rico, you're
maybe. That's
muted.
all right.
You're muted, Rico. Rico, you got to unmute yourself.
Oh yeah, sorry. The dogs are barking. Florida's
Yeah, mama just came home. It's 7:30.
Yeah.
Well, it's over, baby. We got a series now. Now Florida can win game. Now the next game is Saturday, right? So when do you guys want to try to get back together again? Wednesday? You want to just do a Wednesday? We don't have to do any. I don't necessarily like competing with the other streams that are on, like streaming the game. I just like to talk hockey like Perlo, so like we could get into our heated debates where I fundamentally disagree with him all the time. But actually, Perlo and I, for the most part, I think see hockey a lot of the same way. So
pretty much, but when we don't, we have an opinion, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to be sad about disagreeing with you. And Rico, I love your opinions too, man.
Rico's a freaking beast, man.
Yeah,
like he's amazing. He's really good. Fucking incredible. Like I said on my shirt, I'm not arguing. I'm just telling you why I'm right.
Hey, let's.
Dude, it must have been the lucky hat. Florida won, lucky hat.
Hey, I love it. Let's call it a stream. You can hang out after the fact, but let's call it a stream. Yeah. We've been going for 3.5 hours. I want to end it, but you guys can hang out if you want to BS. I'm going to end the stream. Hey, everybody that showed up, I want to take Dave Singsy from the Spit Chicklets Daily Game Notes podcast came in, talked a little gambling. Good dude. We both New York Giants fans. Logan Hacker is so cool for you to come on. One of these days, you'll be old enough to come on camera, man. You don't have to be ashamed. We're all, we're just people, man.
I mean, I could, but like, yeah.
No, you're good, dude. I totally respect why you don't. I mean, if you're an 18-year-old man, I'd be good with it. But like, if I was your parents, I might freak out if I saw you on camera with 3 old dudes. Like, what are you doing on there, man? Like, totally respect it, bro. Anyway, Florida 2-1, man. We got a series, hopefully. That's awesome,
are throwing back and forth here.
Yep. Let me play the outro, and we'll call it a night. Thank you for coming out.